Welcome to the Coffee and Banana Podcast, where we speak to entrepreneurs, thought leaders, executives, artists, and other cool people while grabbing a cup of coffee. In today's episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with a very funny comedian, Providence, aka African Child. Mr. African Child speaks on his immigrant experience, the comedians that inspired his comedic style, and the different avenues of entertainment that he's looking into, including music. This podcast does take a detour halfway through the episode, as there was a misunderstanding to which artist I managed in 2020, to which Providence had some strong feelings against. We managed to move on and continue the episode. We did also talk about penises more than I had anticipated, so if you're a family member of mine, please skip this episode. We hope you enjoy this episode today. All that and more in today's episode of Coffee and Banana. About that life. Regardless, your body's very proportional to the weight that you have, and it's holding on firmly rather than loose when it's on my face and I'm on a SkyTrain and I'm just moving up and down.
Do you do this to a lot of people? Like, this is how you conversate with motherfuckers?
Do I?
I'm asking you, brother. I don't know. What is this?
So it's coffee and banana. We have coffee and something that's the dessert, banana based. So we're gonna have this, I think it's like gluten-free ice cream. And then
you don't like real fruits?
No, there's real fruits. Gluten doesn't belong.
Listen, we just took this thing out of a plastic wrapper.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me it's a real fruit.
No, I didn't say it's a real fruit. You said you don't like real fruits. I'm like, I like fruits. All right, look at this guy. Like, you don't like real fruits. I'm like, all right.
Oh,
incredible.
Yeah. I guess I can't suck on it like that, huh? I gotta just like chew
it. You go into the suck mode?
Yeah, I went into it quick because I felt comfortable around you guys, and then I realized.
And you give me eye contact while you do it?
You know, you ruined it for me. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I made eye contact with you, and I felt comfortable, and I realized.
Take a bite. It's delicious. It's delicious.
All I'm gonna see
doing it.
In next month for edit, you know what I mean, for all the promo stuff, is gonna be me just sucking on this thing the whole time.
No, it's all good, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's pretty tasty though. I'm not gonna, it's pretty good. Like, I like banana flavor. You're just buying into this thing at this point.
It tastes good.
It's delicious.
It's not bad, right?
That's pretty good.
I'll put it down.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. What if I put it in my coffee?
Yeah, let's do that.
You think it'll taste good?
Okay, I'll do the same too. Now we can.
Oh, the whole thing. Fuck.
Yeah, let's do it.
Crazy.
Here, I'll take that wrapper out of your hands.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Do you want me to keep this facing that way the whole time?
What's up?
Keep this facing that way the whole time?
Like, whatever you do. Like,
doesn't matter?
If the logo goes like this and there's no logo, it doesn't matter. Like, don't worry about that. We have like this massive ass thing.
Right. I would hope that's enough, right? And the fucking yellow drape.
Yo, bro, can I put a sticker on your forehead? Yeah, real quick.
That's marketing right there.
Yeah, we gotta keep it like that. But man, fuck.
Who do you think is actually good at like their job in Vancouver, like marketing wise?
We're not recording, right?
You could be honest.
Okay.
Like you were fucking 5 minutes ago about my weight.
Definitely. No,
right.
I was exaggerating.
Don't do that. Don't do that shit. Don't.
To be honest, bro, like the whole industry of marketing, and not just Vancouver, it's full of people that finesse. Most of them take advantage of the fact that a lot of people don't know shit. Mm-hmm. So they just like try to make it seem like it's all branding and everything. Well, they don't realize that it's all digital and advertising and understanding how to maneuver the algorithms. They never talk about that. They never talk about like getting your SEO on point, their search console, webmaster tools to get your website seen online. No one talks about that shit. That's the digital side. They all talk about, you need your personal brand. Go out there and do it. And you're like, oh yes, that's marketing. So that's why I don't fuck with like marketing like that, because people are just so invested on that side of it when they don't talk about like, oh, like if you're a musician, you need to make sure you hit editorials on streaming platforms. If you're a comedian, the only way for you to get actual attention is to leverage your social media following. And that's not necessarily creating your brand. Mm-hmm. It's by finding which of the algorithms of all these different channels work the best for you. And then like, obviously we talked about it, TikTok. Mm-hmm. Like TikTok would go crazy. And once you have that, then you can go to brand deals. Once you have brand deals, you have some money. Then you invest on your own stand-up routine because you put it out there, but that costs like $80,000 or maybe like $25,000 on like a lighter day, but for a full hour set and a good director to record you in like let's say the Vogue Theater. Mm-hmm. Like that's the process of a comedian. Would someone talk about that shit? No, because they don't know. But you know what they do? They don't say they don't know. They're like, I love what you're doing. You need to work more about just be you. And I'm like, Because I'm in Clubhouse now. You're on Clubhouse, by the way?
Mm-hmm. I've only been in one room and shit.
Yeah, it's some of them is bullshit. I go there and I'm like, most of you motherfuckers don't know. So when I go there, I try to ask the hardest questions in marketing, and most of them don't know shit. Like literally, I'll ask I'm like, just letting you guys know, what's your strategy on growing on Medium? By the way, new platform, Medium. It's about blogs that Twitter owns. Side note, any B2B business, get on that. So I'm like, what's your strategy on growing there? And the thing is, no one talked about the algorithm because it's only based on editorials. So you just have to make content. No one said that. They're just like talking about, they're like, you know what I think you should do? You should incorporate more videos. And I'm like, you understand that this is a blog platform. You're telling me to incorporate more videos on my blog, but I'm saying I have no followers. How do I get more people? Is there hashtags or things I should use? There is no hashtags, but there's key tags on the last page when you publish. No one brought that up. I'm in a room of like 2,000 people. No one could give me an answer. And I was like, thank you. You guys all talked about content strategy, not actually how to grow and facilitate that platform. So yeah, most of the industry is bullshit. And I'm just out here like, y'all just give this like fluff answer. So then you could bring these people in. And then when it's time to actually talk about it, you've already got them for $3,000, $5,000 to pay for your marketing strategy. You give the same bullshit you give everyone else, not cater to their own business because you don't actually know, but you don't want to say you don't know because then you don't get clientele. Yeah, there's a lot to that.
So basically, nobody in Vancouver knows what the fuck they're doing, man. That's you know, he just said it. He said what the fuck he said, guys. Really, but I don't know. It's interesting because I think that's the same shit with a lot of probably different career paths. Okay. Especially when you start chasing it, you start realizing a lot of people know how to like fake it to a certain extent. Like from the outside, it looks good. Same like with the 14,000 fake followers, it looks good. Yeah. But then as soon as like it's like, hey man, like you know, what do you have out there? What are your streams like? You know, who's out here coming to your shows? Blah blah blah. Like then
exactly,
it's a little bit of a problem.
And then be like, okay, like let's just keep it to comedy, right? So someone's like, I'm a comedian, and they put out their content all the time. Just because something worked for you, they can't necessarily give you advice on how to work for your brand. So then that's how you know if they know how to scale. Like you always look at it, a business as form as can it be replicated? Can other people do this? The only thing that can be replicated is digital. Like if I tell you an ad strategy that worked for music and B2B like app industry or stuff like that, I should take that formula, find out what your industry is, of course, research is important, and then able to apply it and then show you tangible results. But a lot of motherfuckers, they have like one success story and could be because they got lucky. Could be because they had this person give them a shout out and everything. And when you ask them like, yo, how did you get that many followers and stuff? They're not going to be like, oh, I was sucking this guy's dick so he can give me a couple of shout outs or put me in his skits here and there. Now I can tell all my friends I'm doing shit. They won't say that. They'll just be like, bro, I'm just lit.
Would you
put my content.
Would you suck dick to make it?
Depends. You know, if it was Oprah, and that's it.
If it was Oprah, like Oprah, okay, so Steve Harvey, if he was like, "Yo, here's my dick," you know what I'm saying?
I thought you would switch it up for like the girl version. Like, what if a girl's like, "Let's have sex"?
What's the girl version of Oprah? Would you say?
Oprah is the girl.
Or what's the guy version of Oprah? Sorry,
Joe Rogan.
Would you suck Joe Rogan's dick?
No, because I don't really like dudes like that. You know what I mean?
That's not the point though. It's for success, for something. Success? Like one time, quick.
I don't know if I'm with it.
You don't even have to let him finish. You can just one time, just in and out.
I don't think I could live with myself after that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
You could take care of your family and your generational wealth. You know what I mean? And like,
I'm pretty confident what I do. Hair
transplants. You know we could do everything.
We can.
Me and you, we can go together, my nigga.
But to be honest, bro, I'm great. I'm happy you brought that.
Right.
So in the African community, what a lot of men do is like, of course, every community balds, but Afghans, they know the Turkish route. Do you know what happens in Turkey?
What does that mean?
They go to Turkey. In the States, if you want to get like a consultation, they do like the minimum. It's like 10K to start for like hair transplant. You know, the follicles, they bring that shit up. But in Turkey, it's like 2,000 USD. It's like, and then you can go to Turkey and they put you in a fucking nice hotel. So they go there and everyone does that. Me, I actually worked in agencies for like the beauty industry, medical aesthetics. So I literally saw it all. And I was like, you know what? If I'm balding, I'm going to keep this. Like, this is how God wanted me. So I'm gonna like stick with this. So,
but you have connects though if need be and shit.
I'm saying it's not even that expensive. If you, cause like,
when you have connections though?
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. There's people I know.
All right. That's good.
I mean, if Tori can do it, then I can do it. Besides, LeBron James, you know, he made the comeback.
He's doing it right now.
You know,
when you look at where his headline was at before, it's crazy. It's crazy. Good for him.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, wouldn't it be crazy if he's just like, I'm bald and I'm good? Like, Michael Jordan went bald. He didn't just say, oh, well, this fucking sucks. I'm gonna go. Like,
but Michael Jordan, like, was. When did he even grow his hair out? I think the last time he even had hair was like
he was in college when he had hair.
Yeah,
and then he just
but that was even a buzz cut, right? He never really grew his hair out and shit.
He never grew his hair out.
Yeah.
Kobe grew his hair out.
He grew his hair. Kobe did his thing,
and Kobe was like, "I'm gonna keep this."
You know, Kobe always lined this shit up, even when he was bald, bro. It was crazy. I'd see him in interviews and shit. It'd be lined up right here, but it's just so low you could barely notice.
But like, it's still like you're talking to about a multimillionaire, you know. So he's at a position like even Kanye's barber. He said he made $100K because he has to give Kanye a haircut like every single day, so Kanye looks exactly the same. Let's take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, G2 Athletics.
Hey everyone, this is Coach Gibbs from G2 Athletics, located in Vancouver, BC. As a former professional and NCAA athlete, I have over 10 years of professional experience in the game of basketball, which has also allowed me to train youth athletics worldwide, as well as training NBA players and assisting with NBA workouts with athletes such as Metta World Peace, DeMar DeRozan, Kelly Oubre, Jason Tatum, and more. For a limited time, Coffee and Banana listeners will receive an additional 15% discount on our seasonal training academy and basketball products with promo code COFFEE15. That's COFFEE15 with no spaces, all caps. Visit g2athletics.com and receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products. That's g2athletics.com with promo code COFFEE15. Go now, become a part of the G2 family, and improve your game.
Thanks, Gibbs. And now we're back to Coffee and Banana. Did you hear that, dude?
I didn't know when that happened.
This was like 2016.
Why does he have to look the same every day?
Huh?
Why does he have to look the same every day?
Well, he picks a style, right? So he'll be like, my hair is going to look like this. And then once he picks that, he wants the barber to make sure every single day he looks like that.
That's crazy.
So
how much is he paying?
Well, I think it's over $100K a year. But it's like you have only one client.
That's what fucking makes it better. What do you mean, but like you literally cut one person. I say, hey, chill.
I don't know. Like, okay, what if someone's like, you get paid $100,000, but you can only have sex with one woman for the rest of your life?
Well, that's different. You didn't tell me that it was only that one bitch. You said that this one bitch is giving me $100,000
no.
per year to do this favor that I could, procreate with other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you're just switching up my question.
Well, what do you mean?
Okay, so I said, look, you got a barber, right? So he is getting paid $100K.
You said the woman. Let's go back to the woman.
Okay,
I like that one. Right.
You got the barber, sorry. Okay, let's go to a woman. So I'm paying you $100,000, right? I'm paying you. This is the government.
Sex with the same woman for a year.
For only her. Every year you have sex with her, you get $100,000.
Financial freedom, yes. And I'm getting my dick wet regardless. Like it's one of those things where it's like, I guess I'll fuck you. But it's like the same girl for the rest of your life. Well, you didn't say that. Are you hearing this shit? What the fuck? You went from a year to a fucking the rest of my life?
You get paid that much a year, but moving forward,
bro,
it's
listen,
the same
I can't do
woman.
this shit with you, man. Okay. Listen, if it's 6 figures and it's only $100K, what does she look like? Show me. At least give me an example of what she looks like.
She's good looking. Like, let's say she's a 9+.
What does that mean?
Whatever
to you,
that
though?
means to you. I'll use your standard so you can pick out the girl.
Okay, so what's her personality like?
You're picking her out. Like,
bro, that's not fair though. You can't make the criteria. This is an ultimatum, fam. I'm not picking her out. It's an ultimatum. You say I can't fuck nobody else.
Do you remember that scene in Rush Hour 2 where they went to like China or something, and then they were, or is it Rush Hour 3?
Bare bitches.
And there was like this, and then Chris Tucker was just like picking
acting
them
like he was like an accent. He's like, looking at the titties and shit. See, if you told me I had a room of them like that
and
for the full year,
you get one.
See, that's what I'm saying though. That doesn't make sense to me because if you think about it, bro. Like
it's a hypothetical I'm giving you.
Listen, we're all born alone. We're all gonna die alone, right? If you really make it make sense. So for the fact that you want to convince me and the good people at home that hey, you guys should force yourselves to be one person for. If you don't want to do these things, especially for money, guys, don't degrade yourself. You got to do these things wherever I got to look. Yeah, he's nodding. He fucking understands. You know what I mean? He got some self fucking respect. For $1 million. Yes.
Okay, so $1 million.
Yes.
And then you're getting paid $1 million a year.
110%
for the rest of your life. You're
Bro, $1 million a year for the rest of my life. All I have to do is just have sex with this one girl.
Okay. So at what age do you think you're going to get married?
Oh,
No, this is like we're done with that question.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's not
My fault,
connect
my
them.
bad. I just
I don't
thought-
want you
my
to.
bad. That made me-
At what
okay.
age do you see yourself getting married? Because like it's correlated, but go ahead.
So like this is me, myself,
This
and
is now. It's just go you.
I don't have somebody I gotta fuck for an allowance and shit.
You're getting married. Like there's no allowance. I don't know.
Listen,
You're
man.
paying
It
her,
is an
maybe.
allowance when you said you have to fuck this person in order to get this
But I
money.
said we're moving on from this question.
But okay, you know you're right. Okay,
How about this?
So, but in this
How
new
about
question,
this?
it's just me.
Before you take that, take a sip of this because we let this marinate.
How much of this do you? This motherfucker here, man. This motherfucker.
It's a new catchphase I'm working on, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah. Fuck me, guys. Fuck me. Fuck Providence. That's what I love to hear. I'm gonna try to. I'll talk to you about it after.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Guys, copyright Providence, aka African Child. He made that.
Yeah, and
I gotta give him a
also
shout out.
African Child Entertainment is a thing. I am a business now, people. Right?
Oh.
I'm doing things nowadays.
Nice.
I still haven't used the name for anything, but it's a thing, right? I get to tell people.
But don't talk the question, bro. When are you getting married?
When
What
am I
age?
gonna get
What
married?
age?
When is Providence getting married? I would hope probably in my 30s. I would hope.
Okay, 30s, you're getting married.
Yeah, I got shit to do. I got things to figure out for myself, you know, other people, you know, like family and stuff. We
I
got
see.
things to do, right?
I see. So like, if you were in a very committed relationship in your 20s, would you be like, at the end of the day, I already said I'm going to get married in my 30s. So
Why would I be in a relationship in my 20s like that?
Oh, so you don't see yourself in your 20s being in a committed relationship?
But like, if you give me a good reason to be in a, for anybody who's watching to be in a committed, long term relationship in your 20s, give me a good reason for that.
I think that here's my take on it. I don't think you should look for it.
You're
I think
also
it should come
married
for
right
you.
now, so
I'm married.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for putting out my shit out there.
I just realized
God.
this question right here, just you're gonna play right into it. You know what I mean? Love, guys. You gotta just find a soulmate at 12 years old, you know, like this lucky bastard, and just get it done.
Yeah.
See, we're dealing with heartbreaks over here on this side, Kane.
So the thing is, bro, we're all dealing with heartbreak. You
Are
know,
we?
it never
Because
goes away.
you are the one hiding the ring. Okay.
No, I
we
don't
are the
have-
ones looking for the ring. So, you know, who is really heartbroken here?
Got it. Have you noticed there's no black people in Lord of the Rings?
That's how you're gonna try to segue out of that one.
Definitely.
Listen, it's not amateur hour. Last I checked, it's coffee and banana hour, guys. Yeah. I'm fucking copywriting that bitch. How you feel about that one?
Damn it, man. Well, let it marinate.
30 in my 30s, bro. Real shit. I really don't see the reason why I'd be in a committed relationship in my 20s when I don't even know like fully who I am. So like realistically, and also I hate looking back on things and realizing I low-key wasted my time. It's a good experience. Like cool, you grew a lot, this, that, and the third. But like it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Think about all that. You know what I mean? Like a few of my friends have recently been single. And for me, it's flabbergasting. You could date somebody for 4 years and just break up.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you know how many like gifts? How much food you purchased? How many clothes you had to buy to try to make her feel like you are an attractive feller? Yeah. You know, when you could have just spent it towards fucking.
Exactly.
You know, it speaks for itself. Listen, I believe in love.
High pitch. He's like convincing himself.
No, listen, I'm serious. I believe in love. I just believe in taking your time and actually like realizing that love is not something that, you know, as in Vancouver is thrown around left, right, and center. Like everybody's big bro, little bro. It's my family, bro. It's my fam. Like, I know this guy. It's my brother. I love this man. But I promise you, as soon as things start turning, bro, all these motherfuckers leave. Promise you. And one thing you'll realize is the chick that you've been begging for the last year for $100K a fucking year, that one actually doesn't give a fuck about you, my nigga.
Okay.
But, you know, that's hypothetically speaking.
Okay, hypothetically speaking,
Right.
Do you want to maybe tell us a heartbreak story that you've had?
Well,
as a
listen,
kid?
man, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not the place.
This is the place. This is the place,
this
bro.
is not the
We're
place.
having coffee.
I might tear up. a
No,
little
bro,
bit.
you won't tear up. Okay, how about this? Why don't you tell a story that you think somebody will learn from it? You know, like a heartbreak story. At the end of it, you could be like, yo, bitches ain't shit. Like, give us like a catchphrase towards the end.
Well, I could tell you this. At the end of the day, I've done my own fair share of fuck shit. So just don't waste nobody's time. I'll just get to the point for you. Don't waste anybody's time. I did it. I've had it done to myself. It's not a good time. That's why I believe that you should tell motherfuckers right off the bat, I just want to fuck. Simple. I just want to fuck. This is my plan. I don't want to get in a relationship with you. So if you get feelings, I'll still keep fucking if you're down. But like, I'm not the one who's like, I'm telling you, like, you knew the deal before you signed it type of situation.
Okay.
I believe in that. Or tell a person I want this and to stick to that. But if you're wavering, just tell them straight, I just want pussy. That's it.
All right.
Even if you're wavering, like, you got to be sure, bro, because that's a lot. That's a lot. You know
So
what I mean?
you've never been in like the friend zone?
I've never been in a relationship.
But in the friend zone, you know how like you're
We've all
trying
been
to
in
hit
the friend zone.
Okay,
Yeah, I've been in the friend zone plenty of
times. But did it
times.
hurt you like afterwards? Be like, oh damn, I was trying to like make this work, but it didn't.
That I couldn't get pussy.
Well, this specific one, because friend zone.
If you can't actually get pussy, then you get upset if you get friend zone.
I understand, but now we're talking in a vague level. So let's go back to you specifically, all right? This guy's trying to give me
okay, what I'm trying to say is okay, when I was in like middle school and high school, those things bothered me, but it's even in those times, it never bothered me to the point where it's like, I'm choked. Why? Because it's like, my nigga, you're getting so upset about this one girl turning you down when there's like, look at all the beautiful women in the sea.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what the fuck they say, I think, right? So it's like,
women in the sea.
yeah, fuck. I love mermaids, right? No, but real shit, like, I don't understand that. Like, why are you sulking over one person who literally is like, it's not that great.
Do you know, like, back in the day, like, pirates used to have sex with manatees? It's like this
What do you
thing
mean?
that looks like a whale, and they say that's the closest thing to a woman just based on its touch. So they would have, like, sex with this animal.
Like an animal.
And then they would call that...
Like, they would fish it out of the water and then put their dick in it.
I don't know how it worked, but, like, that was the animal that they used to have sex with. Because, like, think about it. You're in a ship with, like,
How'd you find out about this?
There's a show back in the day called Mansers.
You watched that?
Yeah, I watched that a lot.
You
It said,
watched
like,
this
random
episode
shit.
specifically.
This episode specifically like stuck with me, and I'm like, shit, if I was lost at sea, okay, let's just say lost at sea, and like I see a manatee, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe after a while I would understand, you know, like depends. Like think about this, you know, like I'm sure you've heard of dudes that go to prison, but then like 30 years later they just like turn gay because they're like, well, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think niggas decide to turn gay. I think at some point you run out of options. I'm not gonna lie to you. On both ends of the spectrum, real shit. And it's, you know, since you want to ask this question, think about it like this, bro.
Okay.
Would you rather be the one taking dick or giving dick if you went to jail? Quick,
It's
quick.
a good question. It's a good question.
Pick A or B. I don't want to hear the fucking bullshit political fucking answer. Pick A or B. A or B.
I would give.
You
rather
would
than
give
take.
dick.
Of
Okay.
course.
How are you gonna get hard?
What? Oh, mentally close my eyes.
You're
and
gonna
think
mentally
about,
close your eyes while you're smelling doo doo, and you're gonna be like, oh yes.
I
With hair on your dick. Oh fuck yeah, I love this.
I wouldn't visualize it, you know. I'd go to another place.
You
but
go to
think
another
about this.
place.
I'm at this stage. You're thinking about like
This nigga's
what,
gay.
40, 50 years. I'm stuck in prison, and I'm like given an ultimatum. Like I have no other
No,
option.
there's no ultimatum. The
Oh,
nigga,
okay.
he said, yo, listen, this can go one of two ways, brother.
Well, there we go. Not an ultimatum, but here you go. Here's an ultimatum.
That's options. He gave you options, one of two ways, brother.
Well, both. That's okay. Fine. Okay, let me bring it back to you.
No,
Some dude,
wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. Let me put my dick up in it. Listen, no, I'm not doing that with you, brother.
Okay.
I asked you the question. We found out what you wanted to do.
Respectfully.
That's it. Now we're gonna move on to the next topic.
No, hold on a second. Great question, Mr.
yeah,
Providence. Let's bring that back. All right, so dude comes over here. All right, he's like, either me and 5 of my friends are gonna bang you, or you gotta bang all my 5 dude friends.
Yeah, first of all, you are in a cell with one other person.
That's the question you chose. It was great.
Okay,
you know,
but
I can't
mine
use the
is
same
realistic.
question.
My shit's realistic.
Mine's
you have fantasies.
No, bro, this is more
Clearly,
realistic.
allegedly.
You're in our prison. Okay, pause. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus out here throwing bars. But at the same time, like...
I caught that. I'm sorry.
Nice.
I mean, that wasn't bad.
My man.
You know what I mean?
Man.
You might have
Low-key.
to explain it to the people, but I caught it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't. It'll just be between us.
That's
like we'll
embarrassing.
see this like 5 years in the future.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's great.
Okay. I might.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 5 dude thing. So 5 dudes come up to you and you have an option. Do you want to give the dick
I can't believe this nigga, bro.
or throw the ass? Pick the option, sir.
Okay. Well, we were talking about church earlier.
We're waiting.
And
This guy's talking about church.
no, you brought it up earlier.
Do you want to pray the gay away? Do you want to go with that?
pray the gay way? First of all, do you believe in that?
I'm not Christian, you know. I'm Muslim.
Do you not pray as a Muslim?
Yeah, pray.
So do you not believe in praying the gay way?
No, we don't believe in that.
That's all,
So
that's
in-
the question I was looking.
Like in
the answer I was
Islam,
looking
it's
for.
kind of like anal sex is just forbidden because it promotes homosexuality. So you can't even like do it with a woman.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I had a friend tell me that.
So you like being pegged? Is that what you're saying?
Well, anal sex of me fucking a girl.
Oh, okay. Got
Right.
it.
I was just about to say, one of my friends said, me eating ass, liking to get my ass ate, and liking to have sex with girls in the butt every once in a while meant that I was bound to be gay one day.
But it's all with women.
See, I was trying to explain this to him, but apparently the gateway drug is usually, you know.
That's the gateway drug?
That's the fuck. He said it's near and dear. The game is near and dear. It's coming. So, you know, that's why I try to get clear answers on this stuff.
Interesting. Do you feel like you have too many white friends?
I don't have many white friends. It's the first 2 white people I've seen in a long fucking time.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Your local, like the friends that are around you, would you say they're a lot like you, or they're like super different characters?
Different characters. I'm weird as fuck, so I can't really, you know what I mean? If I met somebody else like me, I don't know if I'd want to hang out with them like that.
I see.
But realistically, like, I would like for other people to be different than me. I wouldn't want to hang out with somebody like me 24/7. That's fucking weird. You know what I mean?
I was just curious because, like, you know how, like,
where are you getting to?
No, it's party comedy. I was just curious because, like, a lot of the stories you talk on stage, is it based on like personal experiences with your friends?
Yeah. Like, usually most of my stories, I would say, like, I'll even bring myself down to 80%, 85% off real shit, everything off the basic of it, and then the rest of it, if I have to hyperbolize things, I'll hyperbolize. But other than that, there's no. I don't know. It's my life stories and shit.
Is there something that happened to you that you're like, fuck, I can't believe this shit happened, and then like turn into a skit?
What happened yesterday?
The free taxi.
Bro, you know who the fuck Free Taxi is?
Free taxi? No, I don't know. What
you
free taxi.
motherfucking self-righteous motherfuckers want to act like you're so much better than me. I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah. I made eye contact with all you motherfuckers, and you say you didn't know who Free Taxi was. I'm going to look up Free motherfucking. Every one of you, pick up your phone and look up Free Taxi on Google right now.
Okay, great.
Google right now. And then we can have this conversation. Motherfuckers want to disrespect me.
Is it an app? Like, or am I just...
Look up Free Taxi.
Okay.
That's it.
Is it one word?
You're terrible at taking the fucking instructions.
I don't know. Like,
1 or 2 words.
There's so many options. Okay, Free Taxi. Free Now, My Taxi. Is that the one?
Free Taxi. That's it. Just look up Free Taxi.
Am I just clicking on the right thing? That thing right there.
That's crazy how this shit shows up like this.
Yeah. Well, it's based on my search results.
It's
You're like, why is your history deleted? I see no. Like, I don't know, bro.
It's this porn category on Pornhub. You know, it's. I don't feel good having
it's
to.
Mostly feet. Anyway, so
no.
Did we find it?
They fuck in the cab, bro.
Huh?
They fuck in the cab, bro.
That's what this is.
They fuck in the motherfucking cab, bro.
Okay. Explain this to me.
Sorry. I got too excited.
Oh, you got hella excited,
bro. They says Free Taxi on the bitch, and usually what happened was you look it up on Pornhub. Look up Free. See, he's in deep in his shit.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Free Taxi. You look that shit. I promise you, it's like a bunch of like random. Oh yeah, I'm taking a cab today. You know.
Sorry, Fake Taxi.
Fake Taxi, sorry. Fake Taxi. Fuck. Yeah, okay. Got me fucked up. Fake Taxi. But that shit right there, yeah, so it's like, oh, it's supposed to be that lineup, you know what I mean? Yeah, you get in the cab and then, I don't know what's going on. And then next thing you know, cheeks are getting clapped. Bro, these motherfuckers, I'm out here at Twassen Mills, you know, just enjoying the motherfucking views.
That's serious.
Trying to do more things that white people do, right? Okay. So I'm just vibing.
Voting. I said you start voting.
Voting?
Anyways, yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So then I end up just vibing, watching the birds too, and I fed some birds too, might I add. Nice. Yeah, you know,
playing with birds.
So next thing I know, a car drives by. 2 of them though, like one of them is tinted as a motherfucker, and the other one is just a little bit, just the front or just the back is tinted, and one of them just says Fake Taxi on it. And I didn't believe it because she said it's like, oh, Fake Taxi, and I'm just on my phone. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? I look up Fake Taxi, couldn't believe it, bro. Fake Taxi is you know, it is a brand. Yeah. You know, it is a marketing tool.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's revolutionary, man.
All right.
You could call a whole category Fake Taxi and motherfuckers know what the fuck it is. And they pulled it, I lost my mind. They parked different ways, they blocked off the road, started filming things. I was just dick in hand waiting to just you'll get this. It's like watching the opera or watching your favorite movie on stage.
Okay, got it.
Literally. That's somebody.
Yeah, I know, but like you said, you responded by pulling out your dick.
Well, because if you watch, like, okay, for example, like if you watch a movie, right? If you watch a movie online, it's like, damn, you got tears and shit.
Like
you know what I mean? And you're sad. Yeah, some shit. You know what I mean? Sure. Accessories.
Okay.
Right? And then you end up pulling up to the theater. You know what I'm saying? You pull up to the theater and they got all this shit going on. You might feel a little bit, a little down. You might not want to show people that you a bitch in public like this. Okay. Right? That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, I decide I'm gonna really make this $30 I spent at the door worth it.
Okay.
So that's my explanation for that one.
No, I don't understand. There was like a lead up, but no explanation.
What do you mean?
Hold on a second. So
That
I
was the
said,
explanation
I
right there.
explained like, you said it's like watching your favorite like Broadway
Well,
theater
yeah,
play
yeah.
and you whip out your jig. So explain that. You said the
Well,
excessive.
listen, what I'm saying is the fake taxi one involved a penis.
Okay, got it. I see. But wouldn't you want to be a part of that? If you're just like, wow, there's a woman
Well,
over
they're
there.
getting paid. This is their job. I'm not disrespectful, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna go over there and let these guys tell these guys what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? And as Lisa Ann once said in an interview, shout out my girl.
Nice.
I know you fucking know who Lisa Ann is.
No idea who that is.
You know who Lisa Ann is? Of course you didn't know who Lisa Ann is. My motherfucking God, she retired. You know you can retire as a fucking porn star?
Yeah,
Bro,
I saw a documentary called After Porn Ends.
it's beautiful. I watch all those dick hard the whole time.
Oh, really? There are women
Yeah.
crying.
Well, see, I skip
Okay.
those. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird. But like,
You just go to the porn bar. It's supposed to be a serious documentary about porn
but I
stars can't
literally,
have a real
all I
life.
did was look at who's on it, and I saw my
Okay.
favorite names. I'm like,
Nice.
fuck yeah, it's my favorite movie.
Got
So
it.
I clicked on it. But usually, like, yo, I watch her interviews because this is 50 Cent's fucking thing.
Yeah, of course, this is
Interviews
50.
like fucking porn stars and shit.
Yeah.
So they interviewed her, and she was talking about, hey man, listen, the same way that you wouldn't walk up to Mike Tyson and tell him, hey, spar me in a fight, the same way you shouldn't walk up to me and tell me you want to fuck me. So you gotta think about that next time you want to judge me.
I see.
I've been spending a lot of bars today.
You have.
I've been saying some shit.
You have.
I've been saying
You've
some
definitely been
shit.
saying.
I caught the attitude there, but I'm gonna just let it slide, you know, because it's Sunday. It's fucking Sunday.
God's
Kane.
day.
It's the Lord's day.
Yeah.
Amen.
So would you say you're the type of guy that like, follows porn stars on Twitter or like wishes them happy birthday? Would you say you're that kind of guy?
That's where we're going. So my social media, right?
Yeah.
I am active. I do retweet porn. That's what you want to get to? Sure, let's get to it, Kane.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. I enjoy myself a little ass cheek here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you see like a porn,
No,
like porn clip,
if-
would you retweet it to be like, I got to check this out later? Or would you be like, my followers would love to
Both.
see this? Okay.
Both. And you know what's crazy? A lot of these followers talk shit about Prov. They say, hey man, take this shit off my timeline. I'm better than
Oh,
this.
word? They actually-
Yeah, they try to, on my live, they were like, yeah, Prov, you need to keep that shit away from me. Motherfuckers hit me when they're at work. They're like, damn, I just opened that up at work. And it's like porn. That makes me kickle, like cackle a little bit. But you know what's fucked up?
Yeah.
I started going on the actual pages all over again.
Yeah.
The main pages rather than the actual timeline
Sure.
or the feed.
Yeah.
The same motherfuckers that have been talking shit to me been following these pages all of a sudden.
I see.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy.
I was
So you're a pioneer when it comes
it
to
seems like it.
pornography on
And
Twitter.
I'm the one who's basically taking the hits
Yeah.
up front,
Yeah.
just so motherfuckers could beat
Taking
their
the hits
dicks
up front.
in the back.
Okay.
You like that?
like
Yo, my double entendre game is dumb did today.
It's pretty
almost
good.
said a bad
But
word, but
it's okay, man. We can swear, so we're good for
I
that.
try not to. It's Sunday.
Ah,
Yeah.
got it, got it. But yeah, so would you, when you see a porn clip, would you be like, oh, this is of taste or this is not of taste? Like you judge it like that, and then you,
have
make
to.
a decision.
I've been
Okay.
watching porn since I was in grade 5.
Got it. Okay, what was your first porn experience like?
It was okay. We were just watching it. The first time I nutted though, that was crazy. We was at a Walmart. So I watched. I didn't know you could actually
Wait,
go
inside
on.
a Walmart?
Let me finish. So I didn't know you
I
could
thought you-
actually go on websites other than sex.com, sex.ca.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like
Of
fucking-
course, back in the day.
Back in the day, that was my
Sex.com,
shit. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I found gold.
Yeah.
Even though it's just pictures and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or like viruses. So I'm like looking at this, and one of the last things I remember seeing was this bitch that put a remote in her pussy. That was the first time I ever seen anything like that go in the girl's vagina and shit. But it was just a picture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird. And that's when my mom was like, okay, let's go. So I just exited everything. Barely spoke English at this time. This is when we're new here.
Got it.
Okay. So, and then
Wait,
we go.
you're grade 5, right? So what?
Grade 5.
You're 9?
We moved
or
here.
10?
Yeah, I should be 9 or 10.
Got it.
About to
So
turn 10,
you're
I
a
believe.
young kid from Senegal.
You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So
You're a huge fan of Akon at this time, I'm assuming.
Hey, he was the only thing we could fucking understand. So,
Okay, got
no, but what was that? Oh yeah, so we're going to Walmart. We go to Walmart.
You
and I'm
nutted, by the
bro,
way.
I was hard.
Oh, okay.
I was hard, and it's the first time I was ever fucking hard in my life. So I'm confused because I don't have a relationship like that with my brother, nor do immigrant parents ever talk to you about anything
Sex related?
life related, really.
Nice. Okay, life related.
So realistically, so I'm like, okay, dope. So I end up being
Love
like, okay,
this.
chilling. Like I'm sitting in the back seat, chilling, vibing. And bro, I can't get this shit to go down, bro. And I can't believe it. So we go into Walmart and they're doing their thing. I usually get bored, so I'm walking around on my own. I find some magazines, right? These magazines are just Walmart magazines. Like the bitches are just wearing the lingerie part.
Okay.
The lingerie part of it
I see.
had me like feeling wet. So I'm like, yo, This is in the aisle, my nigga. So these are in aisles. I don't remember if I checked the cameras. I think I did, but I was new here, so I probably got watched by the managers, right? Yeah. So I remember just vibing, chilling, and the next thing I know, fucking my dick's out. And I'm just looking at him like I could literally touch my dick and nut. It was crazy. This went on for like an hour and a half. This went on for like an hour and bro, we were inside of Walmart.
How many times did you jack off?
What do you mean jack off, bro? I could touch my dick and I'd nut. I literally would do this, touch my dick, and then put it back in my pants. I'm nutting. I'm just walking around nutting and shit. And then I'd fucking like.
But how did you know like you had to touch your dick, or like how did you know what masturbation was?
I went to go touch it and the shit fucking nutted. So I'm like, this is kind of cool. So I started doing certain things, and certain things. Eventually, I started doing 2 strokes, then 3 strokes to nut, 4 strokes, and this is all within the same time.
So you're just teaching.
You know what I'm saying? Well, shout out Chris Breezy, shout out Drizzy Drake. Fuck. And then we're going home, right? We're going motherfucking home. We were driving
caravan.
I'm a rapper. A Pontiac
Juicy
Transport. Pontiac Transport, the white one, the white fucking van. Okay. I remember this bitch because I went all the way in the back. Yeah. In the back. Like lying this way while we're driving this way. And I would just I couldn't believe it. I would just literally just close my eyes, just touch my dick, and I'd be like, like it was crazy.
And then you had other siblings in the car, I'm assuming, right?
Everybody was in the car. I think it was like my mom was in the car, my uncle was in the car. I think maybe my brother, somebody was in the car. I know my uncle, somebody was in the car. My mom was in the car for sure because I remember she interrupted me. That was the last time I touched my shit in the car because she kept saying fucking just talking too much. Saying, Provi, what are you doing back there? Provi, what are you doing? I'm like, I can't do it. I'm gonna wait till I get home.
Got it. Provi, that's a cute nickname.
Well, my full name is Providence Ndizeye, so you're actually supposed to be calling me Provi. Provi is how you're supposed to call me.
Oh shit, man!
But I didn't want to make it too hard for you, so I say Providence, right?
Provi. Is it like
Provi?
You put a little accent and you talk like your mother is a little French. Whatever accent I do,
when are we done? How long are we doing this
hold up.
for?
Whatever accent I do, it always just goes to Borat. I don't know. Do you have like a go-to Borat accent?
That's what the fuck I sounded like. That's what my name sounds like is Borat.
No, it sounds French. It sounds French.
At no point have I felt flattered. I want you to know. During this interview, at no point was like, damn, this nigga's actually nice. At no point did I feel like that.
Bro, I'm a nice guy.
You don't have to talk about it. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you. But the thing is, I try. You know what I mean? Like,
it's all good. When was the first time you masturbated?
Let's take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, Ball Life Studios.
Hey everyone, this is Coach Eliza Chavez from Ball Life Studio, located in the Bay Area in sunny California. Here at Ball Life Studio, we offer elite level basketball training for all ages and skill levels. We give exposure to and develop all our athletes to not only reach their max potential on the court, but off the court as well. We teach and develop the whole athlete, from the mind to the body. For a limited time, Coffee and Banana listeners will receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products with promo code COFFEE15. That's COFFEE15 with no spaces. Visit www.balllifestudio.com/shop and receive an additional 15% discount on all training sessions and basketball products. That's www.balllifestudio.com/shop with promo code COFFEE15. We have some exciting events coming to you all this year, so stay tuned with our yearly schedule by following us on Instagram at Ball Life Studio. Here at Ball Life Studio, we are all about the ball life.
Thanks, Chavez. And now we're back to Coffee and Banana.
To be honest, I can't remember, but it was not because I saw pornography. It was my imagination. Like I do.
What did you see? Your imagination stems from somewhere.
Oh no! Like I remember. Okay, so when I was a kid, I've discovered what porn was. Like just because somebody came to my house, and do you know what Grokster is?
What?
LimeWire. Have you heard of LimeWire?
Yeah.
So back in the day, it was Grokster. Then it went to Kazaa, Emule. There's different types.
Terrible
right?
names.
Yeah, I know,
what
right?
The fuck?
But Grokster, some kid came in and he's like, "Oh shit, you have this?" And this guy was like, "I was grade 3. This guy was grade 7," and he was downloading videos. But I'm like, "Yo, download basketball." I'm an innocent, right? So I love basketball clips. I just want to see NBA clips of compilations. Right. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll just download all the sports I see." That's what he said. I'm like, okay. So he downloaded all these clips. One of them was NASCAR. I always skipped it because I'm like, oh, it's probably for NASCAR, him. Right? Yeah. But what I didn't know is that it introed with NASCAR and then it went with 3 women just banging each other.
That's hard.
And they're all wearing NASCAR clothes.
That's nice.
And I didn't know that because I always skipped that video. Yeah. So this video was in my like library for years. All my brothers never clicked on it because we don't fuck with NASCAR.
Right.
Finally, one day I was like, okay, let me check this out. And then it's fucking porn. But I didn't know what I'm supposed to do. So I would just watch it because I was just infatuated by it. 4 years later, my friends are talking about masturbation, like jacking off and everything. And they're like, oh, I do it every single day or something, watching porn. And I'm like, oh, interesting. But the thing is, I've sometimes a very good visual memory. So I remember that clip of the 3 women. And I remember, by the way, I would still get an erection. I'm just hard. I just didn't know what to do.
How old were you at this time?
So when I first discovered it, I'm grade 4.
Okay.
Grade 4. Grade 3, grade 4. No, grade 4, because I didn't have a computer then. So grade 4. And then I would get an erection. I just didn't like, it's just what I thought it was like, that was it. That was the peak. I thought like after getting an erection, that was it.
That was it.
I was like, okay.
And then babies come out. Fuck it.
I didn't know that babies came out. I didn't know that. I thought like there was some sort of surgery with a stomach and it came out. I didn't know the sex was related. Anyways, again, bro, refugee, immigrant, they're not talking about that shit.
Like, they just tell you your name and fucking figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And then they smack you in the head and yell at you all the time. So you think your name is like this other name.
You know what I mean?
You know,
like
it's
retard. Fuck, who's that?
Just like,
you know what I mean?
They call your real name. You're like shocked. Just like, what did I do wrong?
You know what I mean? Like,
straight up. So anyway, so when I first discovered it, it was just my imagination thinking about thinking about the porn clips that I've been seeing over the years. And then I just started jacking off and I'm like, and I was scared when I came. I didn't know what that
Why were you scared?
It was so weird. I didn't know how to feel. I
was
didn't
like, feel good?
No, it didn't feel good.
What did it feel like?
It felt like a pulse around my dick. And it was like my dick was shaking too much.
Accurate.
And I'm like, I don't know if I like this. But then I'm like, fuck this. I'm never doing this again. Next week, I'm like, you know what? That was actually not a bad feeling. That's crazy. So I came back to it. And then it was not a good experience. It's not a good experience.
Why?
Because I think like I saw a little bit of blood because I think I didn't know what jacking off was. So I was just like a little bit aggressive with it. And my nails were a little long. So I guess a part of because my nails were long, right? At that time, not now. Don't look now. Like, okay. So I'm like hard and I'm like, bro, when you're hard, like let's say middle school hard, that's like the wood. That's like another level hard.
Right.
So you're just like thinking about like just like finance and then like in class and you're just getting hard for no reason. So, but my nails were long because, you know, I guess kids, bad hygiene. So I'm jacking off, but I didn't know I had my nail. But I'm so like in the motion. So after I come, I look at my hand and I have a peel on my dick. And I'm like, why is there blood? And then, and then that was like, and then I had to wait for my dick to heal. And it was like, you know how you get those scabs in your knees or something when you get injured a little bit? So that happened. And I was like, oh shit. I guess this happens in sex. Like, you know, like how women get their periods or like they break their hymen. I thought it was the guy's version. Oh, your dick bleeds at first. And then afterwards you get back into like normal sex. So I'm like, at this point I knew like what kind of virginity was. By the way, what I thought virginity was abstinence. So I told everyone, hey guys, I'm a virgin. But my friend is half a virgin because he wants to have sex early on. Like, I didn't know what that was. Again, bro, nobody was checking me in elementary school. So I was just going in with the only facts I knew. And I was trying to put people on to things. They were like, oh shit, okay. I guess I'm a half virgin. So, and then I was like, yeah, man, I'm still waiting for marriage. And I'm just saying that because, you know, God, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, the blood on my dick was like weird. And then after that, I was like, it was just kind of normal. And then I remember telling a friend about the blood on the dick thing. And he's like, yeah, that's not normal. I've never had that happen to me. But then I don't think you should talk to people about masturbation because they always have stories about masturbation that you don't want to know, but they're so comfortable talking about it.
That's what they told you?
No, those guys, like a lot of guys.
Oh, this is what you're trying to tell me.
I'm trying to try it in my experience. Whenever I just like randomly bring up,
just don't ask about it.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Certain people.
But like, if we're gonna go back to the part like your skin on your penis.
Yeah.
So how much of it, if you had to demonstrate, like how much of it was?
So you see this part right here. So let's say it was peeled a little bit more. So it was like. Wow. Like you could see like
you gotta show the camera.
Okay, well you can't see it because it's like I hit that camera right there. I don't know if it's in focus. So you see that red part? Imagine this part just extending to here, and then there was like that bruise texture thing, you know. So the fibrogen, fibrogen, is that what it's called? Fuck, I forgot.
So when this happened,
yeah,
obviously
grade 6,
grade 7. So you were, you know, you're still finding your footing in this world.
Yeah.
Who did you tell about it? Did you tell your parents?
No, I didn't. But you know what's weird? My parents have caught me watch porn, which is like so awkward. It's so awkward because
Before
like
we jump on to that one.
sure, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Wait, we're still
I
on
can't
this?
believe you're
I can't
bleeding
segue out
out
of
your-
this. Fuck.
So when you
parents
jerk off, how do you grip your? Can you show us how you grip your penis when you masturbate, please?
So I didn't. So I would go like this because I
Oh, this
heard like
motherfucker got a. But you see that shit? This motherfucker, I got broomsticks, and I usually go like.
No.
I usually go like this.
no, no, no. It's like okay. First of all, if I just use one hand, like my hand, bro, my hands are massive.
You
like,
can barely,
okay, bro,
you can
look,
barely feel your hands. I understand.
Okay, show me your hand
bro,
side.
we're not doing this.
Okay, we all
We
do.
get it. You got a bigger dick than everybody in this fucking house.
Bro,
You got a larger dick. You got a triple XL.
There is one black dude in this building,
and that is you.
No. Bro, motherfuckers gonna like zoom into my pictures and be like,
bro.
hell to the fuck
No,
no.
why? You know why? It's the shy ones. Everybody knows the motherfucker she knows. It's the shy ones, bro.
She knows?
Well, she just said
She's like,
it's
yeah,
true.
the one that are extroverts, as he's loud all the time. They're definitely the ones with the smaller penis.
No, I didn't say that.
She didn't?
I said like,
I was just like saying what you were saying, except
saying what I'm saying.
The
except
other
that-
argument.
Except what I told you made you feel good, didn't it?
No.
You see that fucking big ass smile on your fucking stupid face? Huh? Look at your stupid doofus face.
I'm
You're
sorry.
smiling. No, you're
I'm
not sorry. You're
How
not
it came
sorry. You're
out.
smiling.
I just
you're smiling.
I can't
You're
stop.
smiling.
You're hilarious.
I hate
This is
this
an
motherfucker.
incredible comedian over here. I can't
Listen,
stop
I
laughing.
can't believe you graded your dick off, bro. I cannot believe you scratched your skin off your motherfucking penis. This dude was out here.
No,
That's
it
how you
wasn't
jerk
like
off?
it wasn't like
Bro,
that. It
you
wasn't like
peeled
that.
your penis off by an inch.
Fuck. Yes.
Bro, and you didn't feel it until the end when you nutted and you saw, fuck, I'm
Yeah,
gushing.
fuck. It was like that.
You know
Just
what I mean?
like that, yeah.
So you didn't tell anybody?
Tell anyone? Nope. Just walked away.
How long did it take you to heal?
I'm young, so a week. A week later, I was back.
Oh,
at
you
it.
took you a week, bro. Anytime. Okay, so I got rug burn on my dick. I've never peeled my shit off.
Okay.
But I think we all been
Wait,
there where we
explain
like.
that rug
Well,
situation?
yeah, because we've all tried to like see how many times you could beat in a day, right? At some point. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, my God.
Okay,
So,
got it.
yeah, you can't fucking judge me. I know you can't judge nobody in this fucking place. I tell you that. Fucking,
no one's judging.
Mr.
Go
fucking
ahead.
HIV.
All right.
Listen,
this is all like throwing that around.
So, I was out here beating my shit, and you know, it gets to a point where it's like you don't have a good grip, but you got like almost like a flimsy. Like a couple of your fingers might be just the graze, but if you do this about 12 times in a day,
Sure.
you know, granted, I'm not like
12?
you. I'm not. I'm
okay.
not. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
me neither,
Locked
me
and
neither.
loaded. It takes
Me
you
not.
about 45 minutes to even get through the nut. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's
shit.
for you. See, for me, you
this
know,
guy.
I can switch it up. So I used to try to do quick, take my time with it. I'm new. I was trying to switch hands. I had to learn how to do it, different hands and shit, so I could
That's
always
good.
be ready anywhere I wanted to go. I could beat my shit.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? But then I got to the point one day where I did it so hard that the bottom, like let's say if this is my cock.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
See, this
guy's
is
like-
this is the where the balls would be. See,
Got it.
right in this area right here, it got a little darker because you know what I'm saying, a little darker because rug burn. When you get rug burn, it happens. You're white, so
Okay.
you get pink. But for me, you know what I mean. I get a little darker on the
I see,
spot
got
because
it.
a little rug burn.
I understand.
I didn't peel my shit off. But it was an experience.
Or
though.
it could be like your skin is thicker in that area.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not gonna get out of this one. You're not gonna get out of this one. You peeled your penis off.
Okay. All right.
Right?
Well,
You have
don't say it
a
like that.
patch
Ah.
on your penis
I
right
did
now.
I did at a point.
stitched
Though.
out.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
did at a
saying?
point.
Like it's
Did at a point. Yeah.
yeah. Does your wife know about this?
No, she doesn't.
That's sick.
Yeah.
How you guys just know everything about each other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. By the way, we're so like different too.
Yeah?
Like, yeah, that's why it works. You know,
How
because
so? Like, what is she like? Do you think she probably think I'm weird as fuck, right?
no, you're incredible, bro. Everyone will love you. I don't know.
What the fuck is this guy doing? I hate that. You know how we started? What? No, bro. You're fucking great. You're wonderful.
No, bro, you're hilarious. Like, of course, like everyone will fuck
That's
with
not
you.
the question.
However,
Thank you. Like, get to this part. This is what I want. I want you to get to this part and the answer every time.
Okay, my wife is just like opposite of me. So, and that's why it works because we don't get like.
So she's cooler than you.
She definitely thinks she's cooler than me.
Okay.
And I would have to agree. Like, she's definitely more mellow, like more chill. You know, so it balances it out.
Is she older
know?
than you?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so how many times have you had sex before her?
Like, I don't know if I can talk about this publicly because she's probably gonna watch this. But like, no, I didn't count. You know, but let's it's a good amount. I don't know enough.
Oh, I don't even know if you said a single sentence in that.
I did not. Why don't we just throw this around? Like,
What do you
you
mean?
know, popcorn in the room.
I could have sworn we were the only ones in the light here, brother. Yeah, you want to switch seats? We good.
I had a decent amount, but like I was like I said,
You used to get bitches and shit.
No, I didn't. Like I didn't. I was.
You
not,
never got bitches.
Bro, I just never.
No.
I was never got bitches.
Nothing.
No. It wasn't like
Virgin
that.
before he got married.
No, I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? But
How big is your dick? If you had to just guess.
above average. Above
Okay,
average.
so definitely like
12. Bro, no, that wouldn't make sense.
He had a 12-inch dick. You said that earlier. Realistically, we all seen it.
Hell no, I just
We could
put
have a
two hands
screenshot
together.
of you. Dead ass. We could have a screenshot of you doing this, bro.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're also talking about like, okay, so here's the stages that guys go through. Like, we all get erections, but there is like the peak, I think, is high school erection.
If that's your peak, bro, it's a problem. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It's not a problem.
It's a problem. You know
That's not
why?
a
Because your
problem.
penis doesn't even stop growing until you're in your 20s, fam. If you look this shit up, I don't know what 20.
Yeah, but I'm not in my 20s, bro. I'm past that phase. I'm way older than you are. I'm like a decade older than you.
But listen, that's not. But what you're saying is your peak was in high school when it comes to your penis, your cock, your dingaling.
I'm saying my peak as far as like getting an erection on command
Oh,
with non-sexual
bro, what?
things.
I could literally wake up and I'd be like, here, like salute, my
Today?
dick is good.
Today?
Bro, no, not now. In high school?
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
you could
what
walk by me, I smell you, and I'm like,
Oh,
standing
bro.
up, we're good, bro. I used to, presentations, I'd walk up there with my hand in my pants because it had to be soft first. Because I would be hard at all times in
feel you.
class, in the bathroom.
I understand that's
Practice.
I know that's practice. What kind of
But
practice?
anyways,
Oh,
yeah.
whoa,
So
whoa,
like,
okay.
but when I think
Are there
about it,
men
though,
around
it's
practice?
the age difference. It does make sense a little bit.
It does. So,
Back in your day,
I
you
can
couldn't.
reminisce.
You know what I mean?
And I didn't have Tinder and shit like that either. Like earlier on,
That's why you had to be.
yeah, like I had to be the person who goes up to a girl and get rejected. And then I've been rejected multiple times talking to women.
If you tell me I have a big dick, they're down.
No, they're like it was.
I've never done that,
Okay.
but I think
Yeah.
they'd be down if they heard you had a big dick.
I don't take that approach. But what I do is like I'm kind of like just like a weird, awkward guy
Okay.
right at the beginning, so
Very
they
weird.
know what they're dealing with.
Mhm.
But like some of them are like, oh, he's trying to play that character to get my attention, and then later on he'll be back to normal.
Mhm.
But then they're like stuck with it. Like, no, that's who he is.
He's really a weirdo.
Yeah, he just showed himself in that
Mhm.
first instant that I met him.
For sure.
Obviously, there's like a guy cap when you first meet a girl. Like you're the best version of you at the
Fuck
beginning.
that.
You know, you're not that.
I feel that pressure for sure, but I believe in saying fuck that. Because
So you've never met a girl and you were a little bit nicer than you would normally be in a
That's why I
situation.
said I understand the pressure. Like I've been in these situations before, but
Okay.
if I even think about it in the moment or I've thought about it before, blah blah blah, I usually go into it with the fuck that mentality. Because the way, like, bro, nothing that I'm gonna say today or do today, if you think it's fucked up, you're probably gonna think it's even worse in about 2-3 months
Feel you.
when you really get to know me.
Okay.
So realistically, let's just get that out of the way.
So even when you're just trying to like meet a girl and trying to be nicer.
What am I trying to do?
Okay, like let's try to smash. That's it.
If I'm
You're
trying to smash, at the end of the day, I gotta remember also there's pussy out there. That saves you from being the weirdo in Republic or these clubs fucking feeling like this bitch has to be yours.
Yeah.
And if she's not yours, you have to take it.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo creeps. So realistically, I always try to go into remembering there's so much pussy out here.
Got
That's
it.
one. So if I'm gonna get turned down because you think I'm weird, I'm actually down.
Okay.
Like I'm down for that. Because our sex would have been like way too weird for you realistically.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Got
you
it.
wouldn't have been comfortable. I wouldn't have been fully comfortable. Like let's just get it out of the way. That's where I look at it.
That's true.
Fuck
But some people are like weird in person, but when it comes to like sex, they're the most like mundane they've ever been.
Yeah, that's a lot of because they have to. I think that's when you give into the pressure of trying to be this cool guy at first, where you come in with all this fucking Rico Suave, this nigga's fucking Sherlock Holmes out here. You know what I mean? But then as soon as he gets in bed, he actually shows that he doesn't even have a dick.
Okay.
You know?
Wait, what?
No, I'm telling you, bro. Like motherfuckers will walk around like their body is their penis, and then all of a sudden they take their shit off, and the bitch. This is like I hear this straight from females talking
Sure,
about
okay.
real shit. This is the most confident person, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But as soon as it comes to this, like it's all for show basically. But it's like don't give into the show, give into you. Oh, what? Put that on a motherfucking t-shirt, bro. I'm so good. I need a break. Listen, I'm sweating. It's fire in my head, man.
Oh, you look so good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I just got a
incredible, you know what I mean?
haircut.
You look like a Denzel. You look like Denzel's
See, you
son.
took it too far. When you said you looked good, you could have cut it right there, and I would have actually believed
No,
you.
you look like Denzel.
Now.
Denzel now.
I'm actually starting to resent you. Not gonna lie to you. That is a little bit.
I think it's like a love-hate relationship.
Denzel's
you know?
son has
It's like
hair,
tough,
right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, who's?
You got jokes. I understand, bro. You got to come for the comedian. Right? That's what you do.
I'm not coming for
Keep
nobody,
in mind,
bro.
the cameras do turn off at some point. Let's just keep
Yeah,
that
she
in
pulls
mind,
out a
bro.
Glock. I'm like,
You're saying Glock because I'm black?
I use that word often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my friends when we're baking, I'm like, huh.
Which friends?
Mostly my wife's friends. And
Your
like
wife's friends.
my wife's friends.
She had a bunch of gangster friends and shit.
No. Like they're just like the most like wholesome people. You know,
But they got
to
Glocks
trade.
and shit,
No,
right?
they don't. But then I'm just
Oh.
like
You got Glocks
I throw that word around. I'm like, hey,
because you have Glocks.
I'd be like, no, I don't.
You
But
got no
I'm
Glocks.
just not a Glock person.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just
What
heard it.
what type of person are you? What type of gun do you like to carry with you and shit?
I'm more like, I find out what your allergy is, and then I
So
travel.
you have no guns at all.
No, it's like your strategy. Like you're talking about, like what's your strategy?
You're trying to incriminate me
someone?
and say that I would have a Glock on me because I'm a black person.
I didn't say that. You know,
That is how I
don't
took
even
it.
see, I don't even see color.
That is how I
just
took
thought
it.
you were.
You don't see color.
I don't see
You're
color
one
like
of those
that. You know what
dumbass
I'm saying?
motherfuckers talking about I don't see color, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't even know you were a nigger. Oh, sorry, black. Sorry, dude. I didn't know. Yeah, that's what you want to say. If anybody ever tells me to my face straight up, like, yo, you don't see color, bro, I always laugh at their face.
Okay.
So you didn't see you being like me being your slave like a decade ago. You don't remember that? You remember that shit? Like that's hilarious to me. Like you didn't see your grandparents having like these privileges out of nowhere, but it's
Yeah,
like,
but people don't think about that. You know, like
because you're
especially-
privileged. That's the fucking point of
yes,
privileges.
you're right. But at the same time, like, do you know the Stanford Experiment? By the way, apparently it's being debunked. But do you know what that is?
I don't know, but let's just get to the point so that I can still keep going on my point.
Stanford Experience is like they literally took white dudes
Right.
and they said one of you guys are inmates, and the other ones are prisoners. And they saw that the fact that there was a power dynamic, those people were like torturing the prisoner. They're, by the way, college students, Stanford, like it's a high GPA you need to get in there. So there's pretty smart kids. You would think that an experiment like this wouldn't fuck with themselves, but it did. The people that were given power or put in that situation, one, couldn't recognize it, and two, let it almost control them and be like this, the most evil person they could be. And then they were like torturing the other prisoners. And then they had to cancel this experiment. And then I think years later, they actually put out the results. So what, if you're from a position of power or like privilege today, do you think that you can consciously recognize that, especially if people around you don't remind you, just letting you know you're in privilege right now? So that's the mode or that's the life that you've been given. Everyone else don't have that.
I think if you're a conscious person, you do.
Yeah,
Just
but
the same as if you're a conscious person, you'd understand that your breath stinks right now.
Ah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nice.
No, I'm saying in general, like if somebody, you know, those people that will literally go through their day with their breath stinking, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like early in the day, middle of the day, doesn't matter. It always smells bad.
Ah, I
see,
see.
that to me, there's a difference between ignorance and just naive, and you actually don't know, or you're choosing to not know.
fair.
If you're gonna, like, I don't know, bro, it's everywhere in your face how much like you're supposed to be better than a nigga and shit. So realistically, if you're gonna try to tell me that, I don't see the difference. I really don't see a color. I never even knew I grew up with black people. Then it's like, okay, that's
Yeah, but there's a lot of white people that don't grow up around black people. When they see a black people, like you've been around them, they get like hella excited. Like,
But
oh, shit.
what do you mean by but? Like, what are you trying to? What's the point? What's your point?
I'm saying that if you expose people to like different people from like different socioeconomic backgrounds, like we said, refugees or immigrants, you're in that community together, even though your perspective of life is different, just by being friends with them, you understand their perspective and you understand their story. Then you can self-reflect and be like, damn, I'm here.
But you can still self-reflect before, bro. Like you don't have to be
it's not the
like, for
same,
example,
though.
like you could be obese.
Yeah.
You could be obese, and
Sure.
your whole family's obese, which is
Okay.
a thing. This is a fucking thing. Probably 2 out of fucking 5 people watching are feeling like this right now.
Okay.
And that's serious. Just because you watch LeBron James on TV, you've never seen him in person, but you've watched him on TV. Now you're supposed to tell me you didn't know there was something else out there other
Yeah.
than obesity.
That's different though.
Is it different? How's it different?
Okay, I'll tell you why.
How's it
'Cause,
different?
Like, it's socially and systemic different when it comes to like racism a lot of times.
Right.
So you don't get like little hints. I'll tell you this. Here's
Little
the-
hints. What do you mean a little hints? Like,
Okay.
oh shoot, I'm almost as dark as you. Look at me. That's little hints. Oh look, this motherfucker probably got a Glock on him. Ha ha ha. That's a little hint. My manager at Gold's Gym made a joke about that, talking about, oh, that's funny. You actually don't need that here when you work here at Gold's Gym. You don't need to be in the corner like ha ha ha. You don't think that's little shit right there?
Yeah, but there you go.
But there's always a
that
but, and
is
I think that's the problem with being privileged like
I
a
say
motherfucker
that's your
like that.
perspective because like you are in that situation. By the way, I'm in a similar situation because I came into Canada
I know,
during 9/11.
everybody always relates. I know,
what
I know.
No, it's similar. But I'm saying
Everybody
like,
says it's similar, but it's not. Because in these conversations, there's a lot of butts coming out your mouth.
okay, but here let's
Another one. See what I'm saying?
Okay, well this is how I converse. So I
It
start. I
doesn't
could
say
start
that
with
it might be wrong.
I could start with
It doesn't
whoever.
change that it might be wrong.
No, it is wrong. I'm not. You're not.
But when you say however, you're trying to give me another angle of like telling me maybe it might not be so wrong.
I'm saying that it's like your perspective because you're always on. If you're on the losing end of
Right.
like this racial war that's happening, of course you're going to be jaded by this experience, and you're going to be like, this is so fucked up. Why doesn't the rest of the world see this? But if you're on the other side, just like cruising through life and not seeing it, I think like today with social media, it's different because people are more vocal and you can get your information differently now. So in that sense, I agree with you.
I got the information before too.
But there we go. But that's different. If you were a white dude living in the burbs and like all your friends are white and you just come up like, I don't know, if you want to go play in a sport, you can play on the team. Oh, if you want to just go to Whistler, you can do that. Or you want to travel to another place to find yourself, that's okay. But the refugee, the immigrant, the POC experience, you don't have, like, you don't even know because like that's not your community. And then once you expand out of that, then you start seeing it, then you can reflect. This is outside of social media.
I mean, this guy, I mean, how I learned the N-word was off a white dude, realistically, and he'd never had a black friend before in his life. So what excuse would you say to him? Because now you're gonna ask questions to try to justify him. So.
No, I don't know that guy's experience.
But you were about to ask questions to justify it. So give me a question.
I wanted to say like, how did he use that word? Was it like kind of like, hey buddy, how's it going? This is what I learned.
Matters in this case?
No, yeah, it does. Context is important and everything.
So why is it important exactly?
Context is always important.
Why is it important in this case?
In this case, I don't know because I don't know the story. If you tell me more of it, then I can add context to it.
So realistically, is that the same reason why you were managing somebody who was also comfortable saying the N-word in all his music?
Yes, I was
because you think context matters, right?
No, like
because he was not black. I want to make that very, very clear for anybody watching.
For sure, yeah. Just letting you know, by the way, he's a producer, so he wasn't actively saying that. He was defending.
I listened to
producer.
it. I listened to it.
Got it.
I listened to the track. I listened to that part. So I heard it. Don't lie to my face.
No, that artist is not the artist you're thinking about.
It's not yours anymore.
No, it never was.
So what ended up happening then?
Okay, the story was this. So it was like a member of the LGBT community, this girl, she started dropping the N-bomb in all her songs. And like there's like a blog that posted it. I don't want to give attention to that, but that blog posted it. And then at first it didn't do well, but then because of the controversies, like why is this? The person I think was Middle Eastern or something.
It was a brown dude. Like when I creeped it was a brown dude that was actually in his bio. I could have sworn it said it was managed by you or some shit like that.
No, you're talking about Audio Drugs. Audio Drugs was managed by me. The girl who said the swear words, she was not. I don't even know who she is.
Somebody was managed by you because I remember you posting and might have even told me that you don't manage that person anymore. You posted that actually. I think
after that incident, I don't like represent Audio Drugs anymore. And what the situation was is while everything was going around, everybody was throwing saying that this person should not say the N-bomb. This woman from the LGBT community, he was like, "What's the problem here?" Like,
and he also was saying this in his music, though. Like what I'm telling you, like I went on his page.
Audio Drugs, I'll let you know. To this day, since I've managed him, maybe like moving forward is different. Never put vocals on a song other than like, this is Audio Drugs. Like, you know, his like intro.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know what track I might be thinking
about. You're talking about the girl who actually made the song. That person, yes, you're right. I heard the same songs and I agree with you.
I just recall that the gist of it is basically like, it seems like you're very much of a person who likes to make excuses for privileged folks.
No, I don't make excuses
because even
for
in that moment, it's like, I don't think you didn't know what was going on. I think that as soon as all the backlash came, then all of a sudden it became a thing for you. And then you decided to make a public thing, which is the same thing all these businesses do. I'm sorry, I didn't know, it's not going to happen again. But then you want to bring a black person like me who actually has a fucking mouth on him to your podcast, right? Yeah. And you want to start giving me reasons why, but you know, they might actually not be, but they, blah, blah, blah. I just don't understand it. I think
it's different because like once you made it very clear. For sure. Like when it comes to like, okay, the Audio Drug situation, I told you, and he was defending her like and saying like, what's the big deal or something. And then I literally went up to him like, bro, like you shouldn't continue this and all this. But he was just being more like just not really approaching the situation like he should. Like you, he was just kind of like, no, it's completely different.
Like
bro.
you as well.
No, he was just kind of
not about this situation because I don't know all the details on it. Sorry, what were you saying?
I think you should be able to hear him out when you're asking a question about a black perspective.
Yeah,
there's no time where you should be saying "but" this many times, and neither should you not let him finish his sentence because you're asking.
It's embarrassing. I'm telling you, you should be embarrassed right now.
You're able to speak vocally on the other side of it when you were not there, which is what you keep saying. You don't know the full story. He's trying to tell you.
No, I'm saying that not that he doesn't know the full story or I don't know the full story. I'm saying that the person that was saying all that, it wasn't connected to me at all. So
I'm not talking about the music aspect of it. I'm talking about the N-word and the use of it and how it means the perspective.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
That part.
If at any point I cut you off before you finish the sentence, just like tell me to stop. Because like, no, you're right. That's a bad. I actually have a bad habit. I literally talk when the other person's talking. So if I'm doing that,
about racial issues and shit.
No, just in general. If we're talking and I'm like animated or passionate about this,
it's not about that.
Yeah, well, that's my personality.
You know why? Because we've been like this for the past. I don't know. We've been talking for what, an hour. 2 hours, and then now all of a sudden now I'm supposed to be. Oh, it's just how I talk.
No,
I
bro,
can read
you've
situations
been talking,
decently.
and I've been adding to what you were
Of course,
saying.
and we've been going back and forth, and then you start talking about racial shit, which means you should shut the fuck up, realistically, because you're talking about black stuff. Because, you know why? You literally had to never look at me in the eyes and say, bro, you know what? The N word is subjective, depending on how you. Did they say it with an ER? Or did they say it with an A? How did they say it?
I'm not saying that.
That is what you said.
No, that's not.
That is what you said, and you can rewind the tape.
That's not.
You can run the
tape. By
tape,
the way,
dog.
this is like clear recording. We're not like
I hope so. I really hope so.
Bro, like we're having a proper conversation. At the end of the day, like me and you were like friends. We had conversation outside of this. So
friends, but we're not fully friends because we don't see eye to eye when it comes to racial issues.
Bro, if me and you don't see eye to eye, I would love to hear your perspective and vice versa, my perspective.
But listen,
if at the end we don't agree, then it's like, okay, can we still be friends?
What perspective is there to see?
Well, the perspective, depends. Like, which part of the story do you want to continue?
Do you use the N-word? Yeah. When was the last time you used the N-word?
The last time I used the N-word was, I was probably listening to a song, and like, but I say like in my head.
When was it?
I used to, like, okay, my favorite rapper was DMX. Okay, like last time was probably like around 2012, 2014. Let's say something along the line. It was because like when I was listening to his music and he would say those words and I would just kind of like mentally say it in my head. And actually back when we were talking about MSN, back when it was MSN days, I would actually copy his like whatever he said in his chorus and put it up there. And there's a lot of N-bombs there. And then my brother would be like, hey, you shouldn't say that. And I would be like, I just literally copied and pasted it. I'm not actually saying this, but he's like, yo, that you can't say it. So I kind of had in my mind that this was wrong. And whenever I saw a person that wasn't black say that word, it made me feel some type of way. Because I'm like...
I'm assuming you never spoke up, though?
Huh?
I'm assuming you never spoke up in those...
It was... the thing is, I was such an introverted kid, so I'm always seeing things through
just
my computer.
Just a yes or no question?
No, I always did speak up. I actually speak out all the time. Like, there's actually some Afghan artists that actually say the N-word. And I was joining, like, a clubhouse recently.
Telling the black people to stop saying the N-word?
No. This dude was like, what's up, Kane, ma? And then I'm like, bro, if you want me to continue to be here, I would not tolerate that. And I literally told him to stop saying that. But it wasn't even that recent. It was like prior to that. Every single time I saw something like that, I'm like, no, not with me. Like, don't bring that.
How come you're so willing to tell an African person not to call you the N-word, but not a white person to not say the N-word?
No, that was a non-black person saying the N-word.
You said it was an African person.
No. Afghan. I'm Afghan.
Afghan. Oh, yeah. I heard African. Okay, my bad.
It was Afghan saying that. My black friends, to be honest, they don't even use the N-word like that. The black friends I have, they're more like from Ghana and Nigeria.
You can't really N-word check somebody who's,
True.
black, right?
But what
I don't worry about that. I don't really care if you even have black friends.
Yeah. Well, I have black friends, of course.
It doesn't matter.
You're right. It doesn't matter.
It
but
really
at the same
doesn't
time,
matter.
since I brought it up, I said, since I've been in an experience where like I've been judged for my color and colorism actually exists in my community.
Never said you didn't.
Yeah. So you're right. You didn't. But like, since I've had that perspective growing up my whole life, I've always just like try my best to like speak out in those scenarios because I've had at least glimpses of that in my life. So, I mean, obviously I can never relate to the African experience, the black experience, Canadian or American. It's going to be different for me. But at the same time, like, do I feel struggle whenever I see some sort of injustice? Do I feel like I should speak on that? Some people say you shouldn't, but I do.
Why would they say you shouldn't?
They shouldn't because like it affects you in business situation or it affects you from your social circle or privilege. You shouldn't be confrontational. Like it's like
so you mean when you actually have to work hard, you actually are not gonna put yourself out there?
No, I said that because
that's when it matters. You know that, right? That's actually when speaking up matters.
I think speaking matters at all times.
It does, but it matters the most when you got your back against the wall and it actually like what do you actually believe in? Realistically, it's the same thing.
True. I
so
agree.
in those moments, if you decide to actually back out because it would be a good look for you business wise, then you're actually not an ally.
But like I said,
never was.
I'm not like that. So put me in a situation where I'm like my back's against the wall and someone's like, hey bro, we caught that clip of you in 2012 like singing to DMX song or something.
Backing out all this racist shit.
Like okay, whatever the case is. It's like if they bring that up, first, I would always own up to it. If it's like 100% something I did, I'm responsible. So if I make like a mistake or if I grew.
It's not a mistake. Do you understand that there's somebody else on the other end of this? Like this experience that white people are going through or people of color that are not black. It's not a mistake. For us, why do we have to be so knowledgeable on your racism? Something that we learned.
But I'm supposed to understand that you actually know nothing.
Come back and teach you that it's wrong. How? Why?
No, I don't. Well, I'm not white, but like I don't think that.
Are you white passing?
Sorry, what does that mean?
Are you white passing if you go outside?
No, I don't think so. I think people actually more so think I'm East Indian, but I'm Afghan. But that's because there's not that many Afghans in this area. Okay. But if I see something that I was bringing up, like as far as like I think it's injustice, I'm gonna speak on it. Whether it's like defending somebody that's POC, like Asian American, African American, it doesn't sit right with me personally, and that's based on my morality. So if I see something that's fucked, and at the same time, if I've done something that's like, I wasn't conscious of it, I'm like, oh shit, that was some racist stuff I said or have done, I'm man enough to like own up to it. And I'm man enough to be like, I've evolved. I grew from what I was and speak on it. And like, me talking about my experience and how I was ignorant in the past, help someone else be like, oh shit, I don't want to be like that. I shouldn't do this. Then I would want people around me to love me enough to check me, to be like, oh shit, that's fucking wrong. Like, don't do this. And at the same time, they should be like, okay, this is how you can like not look at this from this perspective. But like I said, since colorism and racism is part of like my upbringing, I can't not exist. Like I can't not exist in that world, and I can't not see it. So.
But you started off by saying you don't see color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's contradicting himself. That's why I stopped talking. You contradict yourself like so many times. I don't think this is going anywhere.
So to be honest, bro, like I think that the main thing I was saying was like when me and you were talking, and like a lot of times I'm just like trolling and joking. So if I'm saying something and it's like a serious topic and you were like being serious at that moment, and I think we're continuing.
We were joking, actually. I wasn't serious until about, you could watch the clip, you could see where my face got serious. Mm-hmm. I give people a decent amount of time before I actually gauge, because you said like probably 3 things that I consider dumb shit in a row, and then I couldn't believe it.
Why like wait until the third thing?
Because
like, why is it
like the same way that you just told me right now, bro, I'm just joking. You got to give me some.
No.
Like, what are you saying,
if
bro?
I'm rude, like if I'm disrespectful, if I'm
You're contradicting
racist,
yourself a lot, bro.
No, 100. I just said earlier to her, I want people around me to check me.
But that's not. But when you understand that when you got checked, like it took until 10 minutes, which is now, for you to be like, oh, thank you. Oh, now I actually want to understand. Now you're acting the way that I feel like wish you acted when I checked you at the beginning. Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But again, like when we see this clip, we'll have a better understanding. At the same time, it's like I like to firmly understand what you're saying and what she's saying.
It was very firm, I think, when you said, what the fuck did he say again? I don't know.
But you got, bro, like the clip is here. I brought up the fact that like we were just talking about
racism.
Subjective.
Like there's a couple things you said, bro. Like
no, I don't think
you did say, bro. We have that shit
for sure. Like
I think we have that shit too. Mm-hmm. You dead ass said that shit. You literally, I said, oh, I found out from a white dude what the N-word was, and your ass literally looked at me and said, well, how did he say it? What context?
No, so maybe I'm ignorant. No, maybe I'm ignorant in that way for like allowing my curiosity to ask that kind of question.
And then I asked you, why does it matter? And then you told me, oh, of course it matters when you say the N-word. I literally asked the word, why does it matter how you say the N-word? And you said, of course it matters why I say the N-word.
I see. Well, I apologize if like it came off like that. I'm super sorry.
I don't like the apology. I hate that apology. It's like saying, oh, I apologize. You feel that way.
No,
I don't need that apology right on that. For me, it's just like, if you don't understand what you did wrong from the jump, then that apology doesn't really mean anything to me, because you will do this again and again and again and again.
If I say something and it's like idiotic or stupid, and you tell me, and I'm like, while you're telling me and while she's telling me off camera, and I'm like, oh shit, like that's what you were saying this whole time. And I said that comment. What you're trying to say.
But here's the thing though, like you're now, because every time I'm repeating what you said, you're now almost like flabbergasted. But it's like, bro, this is the shit you said. We only got here from what shit you said.
True.
You understand that? So at no point are you like, I don't understand what you like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, like when I say I really zoned out, I'm watching the Lakers fucking Lakers game right now. I really, bro, I heard enough bullshit. Like you said, bro, there's something that you said that honestly my brain literally, I felt it shut off, because I'm like, I can't listen to this. I literally can't listen to this. That was wild.
Do you think it's something we can move past and like continue conversation?
I'm gonna go eat my jollof rice. I'm gonna have a great time.
I see.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not the first person I've had this conversation with.
Yeah.
Who's like said stuff that I personally did not fully agree with. So this is not gonna ruin my day. It's not gonna kill my week or anything like that. I just said what I needed to say, and then now you can deal with whatever you got to deal with, and I'm gonna deal with what I got to deal with. That's all it is. But I was very, very honest with what I said, and I meant every word that I said.
I feel you fully. Yo, thank you. So do you want to continue this conversation?
Sure, we can keep talking about.
But do you want to talk about other things, or do you just want to like not do this anymore?
What do you want to talk about? It depends what you want to talk about.
Well, I kind of want to talk about more about your career.
Okay, I'm down.
You are down?
I love talking about myself.
Okay. Could I shake your hand? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
COVID.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. So,
It's time for Coffee Tunes. This is a song that the Coffee and Banana team believes you should be listening to. This season's Coffee Tune is #FreeAfghanistan by Vancouver's very own Crescent, produced by East Boulevard's Marlowe. Here's a quick sample of the song.
Afghanistan, trying to take over the people and occupy their land. Though we weren't equipped, we the last ones to quit. Fighting back to '89 when the Soviets split. Now hold up. Why is that relevant? Cause the Pakistani closet is full of Afghan skeletons. The Muslims nowadays are focused more on what has gelatin. When it comes to support, they become a little hesitant. Blame it on the president or a lack of evidence. As they see us bleed, we hear them read, we'll be heaven sent. It's a facade to dedicate yourself to God, but not help the one.
Here's a little background about the song. Afghanistan is currently facing a humanitarian crisis. On August 15, 2021, Taliban fighters entered Kabul, the capital, which led to the fleeing of the president Ashraf Ghani and the government to collapse. To find out more about how you can help Afghanistan, please check the show notes of this podcast. Thank you very much, and now we're back to Coffee and Banana.
one thing I was gonna say is like social media. You're not really too big on it, especially when we're talking about TikTok. Is do you see yourself making more skits and maybe putting a snippet of some of the stand-ups you're working on?
Definitely, like that's the plan. We're like restructuring when it comes to no filter media. Excuse me.
No problem.
And everything.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
We are restructuring, like,
Yeah.
but the gist of it realistically is like not many people. We started off with 5, now we only have 2 of us. Everybody dwindled away. The first person, I just thought it was just a terrible fit, but I just kind of almost couldn't believe it at first, and it took me a few months, and I was like, wow, this is actually not a great person to work with. And then after that, the second person, I think on his own, kind of decided he wanted to just step back and, you know, focus on other things.
Yeah.
And the third dude, that was recent, and that was the dude that was like, bro, I'm with it. I'm with the game. You know, everybody who's like new into anything, like I'm down. I want to do it. I'm so with the shits. I understand. And I'm like, yo, do you understand? It's gonna be everything that literally he complained about. I basically warned him about, or like kind of we talked about, which is like, if we're gonna work together, I feel like we should talk about all the possibilities, pros and cons of shit. So he ended up complaining about the exact same things we agreed upon at the beginning, and then said that he wanted to dip. Like, it is what it is. That's why I say restructuring. But
was he like, did he have equity in the name when you guys first started?
So when it comes to like all those type of things, we hadn't had that all solidified and written in stone for a reason, and it actually worked out for the best. Like God's plan, real shit. So
when did you guys like come together at the beginning?
Man, like when we were about to drop the first last year, March, I think. Yeah. I showed up to the barbershop when they were recording, and I randomly was in the background playing video games. And I jumped in and started talking. They're like, bro, we fucking love your face, dude. We want to put you on this thing, dude. So they put me on. Then after that, I guess.
Which barber is this? Or barbershop?
It doesn't matter. But when we ended up doing, I don't even fuck with that barber either. He's not, I would never want to give him free promo in my life.
Fair.
So yeah, that barbershop itself, like even the way that they even adjusted thing, like the dude that approached me to jump on this, he was the one that facilitated the whole connection with the barber shop, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then again, my fault for allowing myself to believe that he had that shit handled.
Yeah.
Because once I asked questions about 9 months later, I realized nothing was solidified. Like,
damn,
all of us were on different pages. So I ended up being almost like the bad guy who had to bring all the truth to the table. And then people started dwindling. People started talking about, literally motherfuckers are telling each other, I don't fuck with you when they have a company together.
Straight
Which
up.
is like, it's crazy how it's like,
but would
you
that
have
like
never
hurt your business if like they were saying
their
that-
business?
Yeah.
My business is always the same. I'm 23 years old, bro. Like my business, I don't think is going to be a business for another even decade, maybe. Right. So like that's, or even 2. That's when I'll be able to look at myself like as a full on, like all around type of thing. So right now, if it comes to making mistakes, I'm down to make mistakes right now, like as many as fucking possible.
Do you plan on like growing like, into like a media empire? Or do you want to like sell
Everything.
it?
I
and
want to do
start off
everything.
together?
I want to do everything, but as long as I enjoy myself, I'm not really chasing like $1 billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just want whatever I like doing, I'm just gonna keep fucking doing it. And then whenever I'm not down to do it, I'll stop doing it. But like whenever it comes to like TikTok and all that type of things, I'm now like the way we're even structuring our clips and this, that, and the third, I'm gonna have to try to fucking, you know.
Do you have like a media guy right now that's like handling all that?
That's my media person right there.
Dope.
Jerusalem, Evoke Media, shout out, you know the deal. But like, yeah, like we're gonna be posting a lot more. It's literally just restructuring. Our fucking laptop shot. You gotta get a desktop. You got all this, you know. But
What's your thoughts on like balancing the art side of it with like the business? Because the business won't go away.
If it was up to me, I would never even have learned about the business, and I would have had somebody who actually had my back do all of it, and it would have been wonderful and sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
But realistically, you have to fucking figure it out, especially if you're somebody who wants to talk for yourself and like ask for what you think is your worth and shit like that. I feel like you have to know what the fuck is going on, which is annoying. Like that's why I try to learn here. Whenever I can about editing and this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. Which, because again, this dude started off talking about he wanted to be my fucking main videographer and then an editor, and then now he complained. One of the last things he complained about was, I don't like editing something 8 times in order to get it right.
Goddamn.
So that's all I have to say. I think for you guys to understand where the fuck, like,
so he wasn't fully invested.
I had a brain aneurysm when I heard that. I promise you, bro, because I played on sports teams.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you played pee-wee, middle school, elementary school, anything. If you have ever wanted to be better at anything, you probably do it more than 2 times.
Facts.
But I swear to God, I asked this question right after that because I took a lap, came back, sat down again. It was over the phone. I'm okay. So what are you saying is? What you're saying is you don't mind the final result, or like the beginning process. You just don't like the middle. Yeah. Motherfucker said yes.
Word.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I think we could just, I have my hard drive. You could give me my footage, and then we can part ways. There's no point. You can't force somebody to work. True. Like that's something that I don't think you could force, especially when it comes to this shit, bro. Me looking at it, fucking I get a headache. Yeah. So if you're gonna have to learn how to do this stuff, but you're not fully committed, bro, you're gonna hate it. Your life. I tried. That's the reason why I had to branch out and actually learn that. Like you work quicker trying to branch out and actually get people to actually know what the fuck they're doing, or unless I want to learn for 10 years and then fucking execute for another 10 years. But I'm not down for that 10 years part, right?
Exactly. It's like almost like learning the process as you're doing the process.
That's what I'm down for. As long as the people that are supposed to be teaching me the process also like their process. Like, how are you going to tell me you love editing, but you don't like editing 8 times in order to get a good fucking, like, I don't know, bro. Like, that shit stresses me out. But yeah, so those things happen, but no excuses. Realistically, we gotta keep posting more. I gotta keep posting more on my end. TikTok for sure. Like, I honestly don't love social media like that. I feel you. So these are low-key things that I'd be like, I appreciate experiences and shit, person in person, and a lot of times it sucks even for them. Like even when we were recording, sometimes I watch them like I've been with people where it's like they'll record and they're like enjoying what they're watching. Yeah, it's like, oh fuck, you gotta film me and shit. So how am I supposed to be in the moment and always recording shit for myself? Oh yeah, like, I see. I don't do that because I feel like eventually you turn into like that. Everybody has the same story, fucking voice. Everybody sounds the same. Voice, yeah, I'm not down.
Yeah, straight up. So do you find like it's really hard to like put a team together and like motivate them because it's long term?
You ain't gotta motivate somebody who wants something for themselves. I think somebody said this to me. Like if you're not here, I'll read this shit to you.
Sure, go ahead.
What did this motherfucker say?
What is this quote from? Is it like a famous author?
Yeah, something like that. Why do I have to emotionally support you when you're not fucking me? So, in simpler words, basically, like if you have to sit, like for you two, you work together a lot, right? So if you at all times, vice versa, but like I'll just keep looking at you because I can't see your eyes with my glasses, right? So like if you had to all the time reach out to him, like I'm talking morning, middle of the day, evening, just to make sure he's emotionally right, just so you can do the work. Like this is not about the work, bro. This is emotionally right so you can want to work. So things that have nothing to do with the fucking project you're working on, but you're doing this on a regular fucking basis, like regular basis. And also, something that I got criticized for is apparently I give too much negative feedback. So he now starts telling me, yo, you give me too much negative feedback, even though like I could have sworn that's what, you know what I'm saying? So if you felt like that, that's what I mean. Like I understand it as in like, why am I emotionally supporting somebody as if literally this is your girlfriend? Like morning, evening, like you're talking about feelings more than you're talking about the work, but you own a business together. So I'm kind of confused. So when a business owner said that shit to me, this is another business, like full grown man who said that shit to me. Yeah. I'm like, ah, fuck. Damn. You made some valid points there, bro.
I mean, like you said, you can't really motivate people. Have you been in a situation where you felt like you had to act like the leader and just do a little bit more just to motivate the people around you?
Yeah. But it's different though. If it comes to like just me working harder is gonna make you work harder, it's fine. I just don't want to, I don't think anybody wants to have a leash and follow somebody around with a fucking microphone or whatever and just telling them, do more, do more. Do more. Like, wouldn't you want to wake up one day and like, you know, your coworker surprised you? He's like, he did some shit.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, I found some new shit. Or like, I found out some new techniques or blah, blah, blah. Oh, look what I did, blah, blah, blah. And he's wanting it for himself.
Yeah.
Rather than you telling him, hey, maybe you should stay up tonight. It's like, okay, sure. It's like, literally have a son. Like, what the
Facts,
fuck?
yeah.
You have a child. But whatever happens, happens. At the end of the day, it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It's also very hard to have a business with people that like you want to also have a friendship relationship with, I'd say.
That's true. That's a good point. Have you been in a situation where like one of your friends or somebody you were cool with because of business or because of the industry you're in, now it's no longer there? That
yeah, but realistically, again, I don't think we're really friends like that ever. Because when it really comes down to it, I think their friendship should be solid. And a lot of these things, why would you want to also be surrounding yourself with lazy people? So like they shouldn't actually be your friends. You are who you hang out with. So if you're hanging out with people who want to work hard, I think your separation in business should not have to do with you guys not working hard.
I see.
If it has to do with, yo, I got a better opportunity or blah, 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 blah like that, then it's cool. Like, it's understandable. Like, I want more for you. You want more for you. But if you were parting ways because you don't want more and you're not working hard at all, period, like you're a lazy motherfucker, and now we're supposed to just be friends, where's my motivation coming from?
Facts.
Like that's the minimum you could do as a friend. Like you should be doing better than me so I can get like almost like insecure about like, not insecure how a lot of motherfuckers look at it, which is like insecure and then like be jealous and blah, blah, blah. Me personally, like I look at everything like sports. Like if you're not the number one string on the team, learn from the number one string on the team and try to get that without fucking having to break his legs after practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so no jealousy shit, but realistically just like you need to understand, damn, you need to do more, almost get like a sense of urgency, do more, but don't always compare. But like, it's nice to have friends that are fucking doing shit too, that can push you and shit, motivate you, whatever.
When was the last time you were with someone that you're like, damn, this guy's doing more than I am?
On a regular basis, I'd say.
Word. Is there somebody like you could shout out right now that like, you're like, this person's hella motivation? They don't have to be like inner circle. They could just be like online that you've seen.
I'll say Ferg.
Ferg?
Yeah, I'll shout out Air Raid Academy.
Nice.
What do you mean? Like it's like
who's someone that you see that you're like, damn, they're doing this? Like, I'll give you an example. Like we were talking about Joe Rogan earlier. You know, so
like somebody that I personally know.
If somebody you know, that's better because you have like that constant trigger right in front of you. But I was gonna say like it could just be online because like last time I talked to you, you were talking about like Kevin Hart, like you like the empire that he's built.
50 Cent.
Okay.
50 Cent is crazy, bro. The way he's always handled himself and the way that he's always moved about his business, even though he's a rapper, is always interesting to me because he's dominating. Like he's not supposed to be a fucking producer, fam.
True.
This guy's a fucking producer, bro. And if you look at his journey, it's dope as fuck. Fuck, man. There's a few, like, whenever you want to put me on the spot and ask me these questions, I usually won't have an answer for you.
No worries.
But there's a decent amount of people, like, and I also don't only hang around comics. Like, I only have, like, I would say one comedian friend, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, somebody who I see on a consistent basis.
Okay.
So, like, other people, I prefer for you to be, like, if you're really good at editing, I get hyped up because personally, like, I want to, like, the way I get excited looking at your shit, I would hope you get excited looking at my shit like that. So I have to be better. Because it's like, could you imagine I'm just looking up to you all the time and you look at my shit and it's just fucking bum? It's like, oh, that's embarrassing.
But don't you believe that it's like steel sharpens steel? So if you're around other comics and they're just like, you know, throwing roasts around or just throwing jokes around or riffing, that you would also benefit from that, on that side?
100%. But there's also a lot of regular people that are funnier than comics, in my opinion.
I see.
In my opinion, humble opinion. Only because people have like are scared to be on stage or whatever. But there's motherfuckers I've legitimately talked to one-on-one in high school, whatever fuck the case was. And I'm sure you guys, like, I've met somebody like that who literally made you cry laughing and shit.
I see.
But it's like they would never get on stage. That could be a parent. I met parents who are fucking hilarious, but they could never get on stage and shit. So it's like you could literally, like, you don't need to always be around comics to fucking be good at comedy.
Facts.
You got to understand also, you weren't around comedy before you started realizing you were good at comedy. You know what I'm saying? So just keep refining and also keep finding out who you actually want to look up to and who want to cater your shit around.
So early on, would you say like that guy was your brother as far as like a non-comedian who was just like making good jokes?
Fuck. Yeah, I guess so. Everybody, I didn't actually want to do comedy and shit like that until later when I watched, like, my parents wouldn't let me out of the house, so I watched way too much, like, movies and TV shows, all that type of shit.
Did you end up watching that Bernie Mac show I was telling you about?
No, I don't.
Bro, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's fire.
It's Bernie Mac, so I'll watch it eventually for sure.
Yeah,
Mac's like top 3.
Top 3 for you?
Top 3.
Shit.
Sometimes he's top one. You know what I'm saying? But we switch it up here and there.
Nice. Who's on your Mount Olympus for comedians?
Like there's Cat Williams. I'll put Bernie Mac. I'll put motherfucking Eddie Murphy. Dave Chappelle. Kevin Hart at the beginning, and now more so in interviews. Will Smith, even though he never did comedy, but he was a comedian on TV technically.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Martin fucking Lawrence. Are you kidding me? Bro, you want a list? Richard Pryor. Tisha Campbell on TV. Bro, like there's a lot of motherfuckers that I look up to as comedians that are actually not comedians. Will Smith is the reason why I started doing comedy, and he's not a comedian.
Yeah. But it's just hilarious, you know? Like the writing on that was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Could you see yourself as like as a writer for like a CBC show or
I want to try everything once except for dick.
Pause.
No, there's no pause now. I'm serious. The fuck? I'm dead serious. I want to try everything once except for dick. That's it.
Okay. I think that was an Asher Roth line. I don't know who you know Asher Roth is.
He's white. I know him.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if he was still relevant, but
yeah, I don't think so. I think he just like kind of
stopped. Last time? Yo, you know what's crazy? He used to be managed by Scooter Braun.
That was the first artist.
And this motherfucker dropped that track, realized he didn't like being famous, and then decided to bow out. When I read that, when I heard Scooter Braun said this in the interview, and I was baffled. You could drop a track, and he was like, he didn't expect it to do those numbers, and he just wanted to lead a regular life, so he decided to bow out. I was fucking flabbergasted. But yeah, I know Ash Roth. I know that motherfucker.
But that's like, you're talking about the Blueprint interview, right? Did you see that one?
I do not. It was just him with the one-on-one with whoever the fuck it was.
I think it's called Blueprint. Yeah. So he was just talking. He actually talked about like how he was upset. He told Asher like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't make you as big as Justin because like he was like his scratch card." Facts. And then he learned all that stuff.
Yeah, he purchased houses for both of them like down the street and shit.
Facts, but that's incredible. Like, see, that's like. It's a great example you brought up, Scooter Braun. Like that's the kind of guy I want to be like. I want to be like Diddy. Like those are the guys that I looked at like. Their biggest, like they were the biggest fans of their artists. They were like pushing them as if they were like another part.
LeBron James. I don't know why I didn't mention that name. I'm so sorry. LeBron Raymond James to be exact.
LeBron. Okay, I don't know who this guy is.
You don't know that guy?
No, I don't.
He's kind of a big deal.
Really?
6'8", big, large, extra large.
Do you mean like the basketball player LeBron James?
Who the fuck else would you? Come on. How many LeBrons do you know?
Comedian Mount Olympus.
I'll put LeBron James on my motivational thing.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. Him. Do you like Dwayne Johnson?
He's okay. He's okay. I'm not in love with Dwayne The Rock Johnson like that.
Okay.
His path is dope, like it's motivational, but I'm not in love with him like that.
I see.
I don't know. There's something that's not like I can't get a connection with a nigga like that. Like watching TV, I can't. Like Kevin Hart at first used to make me laugh. Like I felt like I knew this guy. Like I cried first time I watched his video on fucking YouTube of him like mimicking the ostrich and shit. Just him doing the ostrich, I fucking cried. I remember just laughing so hard I cried. I watched that video like 5 times after that.
Yeah.
But it's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, his interviews are cool, but he's not like I feel like there might be a different him behind the fucking curtains and shit.
I see. How do you judge a character of a celebrity? Is it like these interview moments when they're just kind of like, it kind of seems like behind the scenes that you're like, oh, I kind of rock with that story? Or is it just like observing the full picture?
Behind the scenes, I think matters, especially now that everybody's a fucking rapist and child molester and shit. Right? So I think if you're going to be a huge fan of somebody, before you rep them, you'd like to know that they're not doing fuck shit. So like a little bit of that, but like if we're just going to talk about just like business wise, still I would like that only because I really think it's really cool when somebody can like be somebody, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Like somebody you look like you see on your phone 24/7, but they act like they know they're fucking still human.
Nice.
And shit like that. So like I feel like those things like I look up to that a lot.
Do you listen to like podcasts, like longer based content of like Kevin Hart? Have you seen like when he
I was just watching some of his Joe Rogan stuff actually.
Okay, sick, fire. And like what I realize is like when you're having these long, like if it's like a 5-minute interview, you can kind of tell if a manager was telling them like, yo, answer this way or answer that way. One of the best things about a podcast is like you get to have like these real intimate conversations and it goes like almost anywhere. And like when I was listening, like one of the reasons I like Joe Rogan is that he'll just bring in comedians that like literally no one knows. You know, do you follow Joe Rogan regularly or it's like time to time?
I literally just started watching the shit.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just started watching this shit just because a lot of the clip I started watching it. I've still not watched a full interview by Joe Rogan until I started watching the Kanye West one recently.
Sick.
That's the one that like he's a very good conversationalist, I would say.
Definitely.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
It's probably like, and he's very calm in a lot of situations that are like very interesting. Like it'd probably be aggravating. It probably helps that he knows he could kill anybody with his bare hands in there if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, he's done like over 1,000 podcasts at this point. Like Kanye coming in. Well, actually, Kanye was more animated on that other interview that I think it was. Like
he was chill, bro. He was so chill in that podcast. But I'm saying conversation wise, as in like this dude like knew how to conversate with Kanye West.
Yeah,
I feel like if you have enough patience and you know how to conversate with Kanye West, like I would low key, high key. Mm-hmm. I think when it comes to better interviewers, I'd pick Joe Rogan over Charlemagne on consistency levels.
Interesting.
On consistency levels.
Well, Joe Rogan is like the biggest right now. But one of the things that did you read Black Privilege?
Black Privilege?
Yeah.
No, I haven't read it.
Okay. If you read that, like that's one of the like Charlemagne the God is low-key such a motivational speaker when he tells his stories.
He is. And
like when I was going through the book and he just talked about like the fact that do you know the story with him and I think it was Buff the Body? Do you know that story? Mm-mm. So he brought in this woman like Buff the Body and she was like one of the ones that were in all music videos. And he just said like my mouth is gonna get me further than your body. And he was just saying the fact that like yo, you're pretty much naked all the time. And she was, I think, talking about how she's like a role model. And he's like, not really. There's other things you could do. There's other career paths that they should follow. And he actually got fired, I think, the next day. And then he went on DJ Vlad interview and talked about like, it's all good. If I would have never taken it back because that's what I felt. Mm-hmm. And another opportunity would come. And I think fast forward, The Breakfast Club saw that clip because it kind of went viral. And then he got The Breakfast Club. But one of the things I really appreciate about this guy is like, whatever you think about him is like, if it's on his mind, he's saying it.
He's always himself, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Like I would like to at least do one interview with Charlemagne at some point. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe I could ask him to be like his old ratchet self.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying in that interview, and then we could fucking have a great jolly old time. Because that's when I fell in love with this motherfucker, bro. I was dying. Mm-hmm. This guy, like, and again, I don't know. It's just the fact that he was himself at all times, bro. Like the dude was talking about I suck a fart at your butt. I've never heard that shit before in my fucking life. And half of that, I said that in my school for like till now. Till this day, I'm still saying this shit.
Facts.
You know
Facts,
what I mean?
bro.
Like everything about that. I don't know. It's hilarious, bro.
What's your favorite Charlemagne interview that he's done? Do you like the one where he's with Kanye?
It might be the Gucci Mane one.
The one where he came back, like when he was like thin, or the one where he was chubby?
No, like the first one, or not the first one. The one where he came back. So he did that exclusive interview with Charlemagne, and the Meek Mill one too. The one he did exclusive with Meek Mill.
Oh, I didn't see the Meek Mill.
Bro, like there's two of them. They're probably like an hour or 2 hour long each. Mm-hmm. And they're fucking. The Gucci Mane one was crazy though, because I don't know, like it's very honest. They really touched on everything: mental health, the people fucking Gucci killed. Like he talked about everything. He didn't give a fuck. They talked about even Charlemagne's fucking co-host, who like Gucci was like, I'll slap the shit out of him. And Charlemagne was like, all right, next question. And then just moved on. Like it was nothing.
Was it Envy?
Yeah. He said, I want to slap the shit out of Envy. And then he said, fuck, what's her face?
Angela Yee.
Yeah.
But he said Angela you wanted to fuck. And then that clip, did you see that clip?
Bro, I seen the clips and I don't understand why. I didn't understand why she was coming at him like that.
Yeah. I didn't understand either.
Because it's like, I don't know. Maybe, again, some people might come at my neck, but it seemed like she was flirting. Am I not tripping?
I agree with you.
Because she said, bro, there's one comment she said that I'm like, if a girl ever said this to me and I pull my dick out and she acted surprised, I'd be fucking choked. Like something about your banana or something like that, or whatever the fuck the comment was. I'm like, could have sworn my penis was the one being conversated on here. Yeah. And he didn't even do that. He just came back and said, yeah, she wanted to fuck me. And then she was like, I would never want to fuck this nigga. Blah, blah, blah. I said all this shit. And then this nigga came out and said, fuck the blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I think DJ Envy tried to... I don't know, bro. Gucci don't give a fuck. He literally straight face looking kind of I slap the shit out next time I see him.
Facts, bro.
And Charlemagne
gotta
to move
respect that
on.
about him. But no, Angela Yee was saying that I think you have a big dick because all you do is talk about your dick in all the songs. Mm-hmm. I think you do. What do you think? And then he was like, yeah, I got a big dick or something. And then the conversation was just about his dick. But like she was being like kind of flirtatious throughout the whole.
She was like, she wanted to talk about like I don't know, man. The way I look at it is like, yeah, you can also say that she was an interviewer, right? Mm-hmm. So that's another side that I also like did look at. But at the same time, I don't know. You can't say these things. Somebody else say something, and then you're surprised they said something in reaction to that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, because at the end of the day, he also didn't even put his hands on her or nothing like that. He just came out and said, "Bro, like it felt like she wanted to fuck me."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "What?"
Exactly.
Flabbergasted.
And like he's like the hottest rapper in all of Atlanta. Everybody's playing his music. It's not like too far-fetched for him to even think that when she's giving him that type of attention
and
as
at
well.
That time, bro, he was like so fat and like just like huge, and she like, I don't know, man. Watching that video, it literally looks like they didn't think this video was ever gonna come out. You know what I mean? Such a chill video, and then I was surprised that she was just not, you know what I mean?
Nice.
But I don't even know how we got here, but
no, I like those interviews. No, I'm a huge fan of Gucci Mane. It took me a while to get into Gucci Mane, but like I think his interviews, when we're talking about like finding out about the character, when I listen to an interview about someone, I feel like, okay, this part you're being authentic. I care more about just like 21 Savage is an example of somebody. I didn't care for him, but I listened to his interview and he was just talking about like, I'm not trying to glorify this lifestyle. This is kind of whack. Like I don't want to be part of this.
Chief Keef does that a lot actually. He doesn't even like I don't know if he's still till now, but he didn't even own guns at a certain point anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gave away all his guns and shit like that. He didn't give a fuck. You know what's crazy? One of my favorite interviews is Soulja Boy one, I would say.
Okay.
One of my favorites. Bro, are you
really
kidding me? This motherfucker is hilarious.
That was iconic. That was iconic.
What? And he was just saying whatever was to mind. It wasn't even like he was acting. This dude will just be like this every time you talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I love that. Lil Duval. I don't know why I didn't mention Lil Duval. I fuck with Lil Duval.
I fuck with Lil Duval too. I think I actually, to be honest, I've only seen him in movies and interviews and he's always hilarious. But I don't think I've ever seen him like his stand-up. I
don't think I've ever looked up his stand-up personally. I just know that he's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a funny, just like
all his stuff and whatever, right?
Do you watch Wild and Out?
Oh, he's funny on there too, of course.
He was funny in there. There's some other dude there that was like,
Cat Williams. Snoop Dogg.
Not Cat Williams. Cat Williams is like...
Cat Williams and Snoop Dogg on that show were
like
crazy.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg, did you see the Kanye episode?
Nah. On Wild Out?
Wild Out. That was good. Loso, Fabulous. That's a really good one. But I was actually talking to somebody else earlier. There was a Young Buck episode. So Young Buck was like known as the guy in G Unit. And then he goes into Wild 'N Out. And then he like he's supposed to freestyle. But Nick Cannon's like, oh, you're going to fuck up because 50 Cent isn't here to write your rhymes. And then Young Buck's like, that's a pretty good one. And he couldn't do a rebuttal.
Really?
The whole show he said nothing else. And then that's like the closest to like hip hop canceling someone was like that moment. Cause like ever since then, no one really cared for his freestyles. Cause like Wild 'N Out before the revamp was like hella popping. And like we all used to watch that. So like the biggest artists would come.
I think that was the best that Wild 'N Out was at that time.
Definitely. The revamp was kind of like, okay, now it's a play. Oh, DC Young Fly. I like him.
DC Young Fly is very funny now.
Yeah. I don't. Is he still active now? Is he in movies?
All these guys that fucking started doing all these vines like a decade ago. These motherfuckers are in movies or doing this or doing that. It's sick. Like DC Young Fly has 85 Self Show or whatever it's called. Okay. That is fucking hilarious. It's sick. It's literally a couch, him and his homies on like a set, like a little set of them sitting, and they're doing this in theaters, bro. They're selling out theaters and shit. Like it's crazy. So
it's like just a conversation and people are just.
It's comedy. The whole thing is comedy, improv mixed in with comedy, stand up. Like real shit. The whole thing is crazy. They got live DJ, live everything, and they have auto-tune mics. Like it's like a production, bro. Sick. Like they switch over and like you get different types of comedy during the whole fucking thing. Is sick.
Like how do I see this? Is it like it's on
YouTube?
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Like full episodes, I'm pretty sure are YouTube.
Okay, sick.
They posted themselves. Like they have their own thing, and it's him and a bunch of other like these creative whatever social media guys, and they just blew up off that, and they blew up off Wild 'N Out too. They're off Wild 'N Out too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know this guy? His name was I think Spoken Poetry or something.
Spoken Reasons. He fell off. He went on Wild Now and he got shit on even more.
Yeah. So, like, what happened to him? Like, what happened to his career? Do you know? Like, did you follow him at a certain point?
After the dude rapped, and then he there was like literally that was the first day I found out why he fell off because I always liked his shit. He had a couple series that he started off that were actually not bad.
Yeah.
But then
asking all the questions went off, of course.
That went off, and then apparently what happened was the dude, the other one that's now on Wild 'N Out, basically Spoken Reasons apparently tried to just like. As soon as all that shit popped off, from what I remember, I don't even barely remember, but apparently that dude basically tried to say "fuck you" to the other dude, like "fuck off," like I think I made it type of energy.
Damn.
And then he ended up going on Wild Now and getting roasted every time he touched the mic. Like and after that, nobody wants to work with him anymore, so it's unfortunate.
I mean, like, do you know that video that got 56 million streams asking all the questions back when YouTube started to pay?
Yeah.
Apparently, he never paid the other guy.
Yeah.
So he just took all the money.
Some shit like that.
So yeah, that's just messed up. But like I hear that story like all the time when it comes to creatives and like the business side. And you said like, yo, I wish there was like a manager that was like riding for me at that moment. But like you kind of have to grind out until you find it. You do. But what if you are in a position where you're like popping like hella? And now you have to kind of choose someone to do the business part for you. And they're working commission based, yada, yada. How do you make those decisions? How do you think you'll make those decisions?
I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Like, is it like integrity or like?
Yeah, I don't really like the numbers and all of that. Of course, have to match up, and like you have to be good at your job, blah blah blah. Yeah. But I feel like more than anything, I feel like we should like if we went through life stuff, I want to be able to trust you, because that I think says more, and that says a lot about somebody, because then in business you kind of move a little bit more accordingly.
Facts.
Because you're a little bit on the same page when it comes to how you would want to handle things in life, period, and what you want, like what your responsibilities you think are, and blah blah blah. I don't know, man. Like everybody got their own way of thinking. Where it's unfortunate that you might not find out until shit hits the fan, and now everybody might be dispersing. No shit. So I don't know. I just want to make sure that at least we have like, I want to be able to trust the person. As long as I can trust the person fully, like I ain't tripping, bro.
Couldn't agree more, man. Like,
tripping.
when it comes to like The Weeknd and I don't know if you know The Weeknd story, the XO, and same with Drake and OVO. They like, it's just like the people they were with like day one, and their managers kind of learned it as they all grew, but it was always that trust.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I tried at first, like trying to reach out and work with older people that've been doing it longer than me, blah, blah, blah. But I realized they're not going to take me seriously like that, as serious as I want to be taken for myself. So I don't know. And also like somebody, I think it was Charlemagne who said that shit too, like talking about just like, you know, look around and see who's around you and work with them rather than looking up and trying to get somebody to pull you up type shit.
Yeah.
So I'm okay, cool. But then even with that now, it's like you're now working with younger people, which is like, yo, they might really change their mind tomorrow. I sound like a fucking grown ass old person right now, but
You're 23, bro.
yeah.
You're the young person.
I am the young person, but I'm the young person that I feel like is on the side of I knew what I wanted to do for over 5 years now.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like for me, I don't think I could wake up tomorrow, go through shit and be like, I don't want to do comedy anymore.
Facts.
But for somebody else around my age, they might be like, yo, fuck, you know, my cat just died. I don't think I want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Which is like, again, this is the age, but it's a fucking annoying thing to really try to wrap your mind around.
Do you think this is like a Canadian or Vancouver thing, or that
It's a human thing.
You think so?
It's a human thing.
Okay.
You're born alone, you die alone.
Yeah. But like if this area was like, there's more, like let's say if Vancouver was known as like the comedy town, like Montreal is known, do you think that you would get a different response from the people? Because they kind of would see proof of concept right in front of them. It's like, oh shit, Just for Laughs is here. There is an opportunity.
Like a different response in how?
Like, okay, this is my experience, but like a lot of times that I've been trying to like assemble people to be motivated, they just can't see that bigger picture. The fact that they
bigger
have
picture,
to,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I don't know. I don't know this because I've only tried it out here, so I can't really speak for the world and shit. Yeah. But I can almost confidently say I think it's just a human thing. I don't think you'll stop getting played just because you go to LA. I think you go to LA and now you have to actually watch yourself even more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would help. I don't think it would be all of a sudden beautiful and glorious when I went to Montreal. I think if anything, I would like, I think, bro, the way I've always looked at everything is everywhere you are, just fucking be the best at what you can be without fucking anybody else over. That's it. Just be the best. Just outwork everybody, be better than everybody. That's it. Like, we don't have to think too much about other motherfuckers.
Facts.
Like, I don't know. It's so simple to me.
Bro, it's so simple to you and it's simple to me, but who instilled this behavior into you to be like, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't need to step on someone in order to get to where I'm at. Or if I do, then I want to take that route.
Well,
like, what inspired this mentality that you have today?
I guess I can't really say that because there's not all black people are like the most generous and shit. But I don't know. My experiences, myself,
like your parents, like with your parents?
Everything, all my experiences, me being black also has to do with it. The people that actually fell off for every single one of them are Caucasian. So I found actually with Caucasians they're a little more selfish in their culture than black folk, in my opinion, from what I've witnessed. It's like at the end of the day, it's usually what's going to be best for me, which is not actually a terrible thing because you, like when it comes to self-preservation, like you're here. You'll be, you're doing great. Me personally, I think I fall into the trap of like trying to go out of my way and sometimes even like sacrificing certain things because I'm hoping that we would all do this for each other, right?
Yeah,
and then we all come to the table and I realize
like
I put all my shit, shit here, and then it was like kind of so I don't know. We've never been like that even in our house, like growing up, like and we never had like, we moved here 12, 13 years ago.
Sure.
So I've never really had like a.
So you were 11 at this time?
10. 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Or
damn.
10 or 10.
And like right away from the beginning, this is my question to you. When you first came in and you like from Senegal to here, did you know like, oh, I'm with somewhere that everyone's mentality is different than it was back home?
We've moved like 3 times in my life, I think. So like it's like, well, you go from seeing all black people to all white people. I think, yeah, you can understand that like it's gonna be a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like from my experience, like the Asian place, we're so like group oriented, like everyone together, while here's very individual.
That's what I'm saying. Like out here, that's what I mean by like more selfish. Like you don't even know your neighbors. Where I'm from though, like you're supposed to know your neighbors.
Exactly.
Like your neighbors' parents might like beat you to like discipline you and shit. That's where I grew up. Like that type of energy.
Beat you, by the way, too?
Yeah, of course. Beat the fuck out of us. But you come here, you're not even allowed to put your hands on kids. And you wonder why these niggas don't give a fuck. I don't, bro. I've watched a kid. I was about to say his name, but I might get sued.
Okay.
Bro, would you get sued for that?
You know what?
If it's you, just let me know.
Don't say the name, bro. Say the last name.
No, but real shit, I won't say the name, but he carved the bitch's name in his fucking arm, bro, with a motherfucking slicer dicer. What the fuck is it called? The motherfucker you put in a razor. Couldn't believe it. First of all, how the fuck does nigga get a razor in the school? And this is me in grade 6 now. So I just learned English. I learned English in like a year because I got bullied and I found out the N-word. I'm like, I need to fucking... Okay. I had to ask a white kid because I was like, bro, what does the N-word mean? He's like, well, actually... And then by the end, I'm like, so we're here because of you, is what you're telling me. That's interesting. So after that, I'm like, I should probably learn how to speak fully English so I'm not asking people these dumbass questions and shit. Yeah. So,
but you didn't take English back in Senegal?
No, for what?
Like when I was like back like Afghanistan and Pakistan, they were just like, English is like something you have to know. Like
French.
French. Oh,
French.
Okay.
If you know French, you can go anywhere in Africa, I believe, and you'd be chilling for the most part. Yeah.
Why didn't you think about getting into like French immersion as a kid?
What do you mean French immersion?
Because like in Canada, we have like French immersion.
Oh yeah, I was in French immersion, but it's still ass. Like, what do you mean French immersion here? Like French, where I came from, French, the way you look at it in university is the way that we looked at it in school, period. See, out here, motherfuckers look at French as like an accessory. Like, you don't even have to say the words right. You know what I'm saying? You know, as long as you say bo, oui, oui, bon, bon. You know how that bullshit you said at the fucking beginning?
Yes.
All the bitches like, you know what I'm saying? And I walk in here speaking, bro, you know how many times I've had motherfucking Kira grab you? I'll say that bitch's name, bro. This bitch had the nerve to tell me in class that, oh, you don't know how to speak French. Because I said, instead of, the professor was telling me something, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. But I was like, oui, j'ai fait ça. Yeah. And this motherfucker looks at me, and he's like, oh, no, well, I didn't see it. I'm like, oh, see? See means, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But this bitch is like, oh, what? You speak Spanish now? That's not French. I'm like, yes, it is. She's like, that's not French.
Yeah.
Bro,
was this your teacher or classmate?
This is a fucking classmate that barely even speaks French.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, bro, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. But that shit stressed me. I started sweating, bro. I remember standing there in front of all these motherfuckers and I'm looking at this bitch and she's light-skinned too.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers wanted us to just go at it, bro. Motherfucker was just...
How old are you?
I was in grade 7 at this time, bro. I couldn't believe it. In front of the whole fucking white-ass class, bro. I couldn't fucking believe it, bro.
Nice.
And I'm looking at this bitch. I'm like, I could be so racist right now, Kira. I could be so racist right now, Kira, if I wanted to. But I let that shit slide. Nice. But yeah, French out here is not taking us seriously as back home. I think everybody out here feels like if you know English, you're the king of the world. Yeah. But it's kind of embarrassing. You know one language, you should kind of relax.
That's true. Yeah, I took French. I was just too hard. And like our teachers didn't care enough
to like, teach English, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, bro.
Well, I actually like I knew English as a kid. So like maybe that's why it was easier. But when it came to French and it wasn't taught properly, I felt like every year they taught us the same shit. Like grade 10 to grade 9,
actually, English
11.
is easier. You guys don't have tenses, right?
No, we don't. No, that's like you mean crazy. Like we don't have masculine, feminine. You guys
have
like
that, tenses
right?
like oh yeah, you don't.
Like I wouldn't know.
Like future, present.
You're saying you don't like
past,
you don't speak English.
Past like I was about to say all in French, and I realized fuck, that's you don't have like an English version of what I was about to say.
Yeah, true.
That's there you
go.
Crazy.
So like it's not
what?
Yeah,
no, it's not that hard. But you know what's crazy? French is very close to Spanish. I want to learn how to speak Spanish.
Oh, okay, sick. Nice.
Sexy.
So when you came in here, like, did you like connect with the kids that spoke French at the beginning?
Nobody spoke French like I did at the beginning.
Shit. So you had to like learn English.
Like I had no friends because nobody spoke French.
What community
I did.
How did you like connect with people now that you're like a foreigner in like this other land?
I'm a black person in a white neighborhood. I don't know how else to tell you this, bro. I had no fucking friends. Like
were you like, okay, you guys, I don't know, play like what's that game that kids play? Foursquare. You guys are playing Do you remember Foursquare?
I was never invited to I don't know how else can I put this for you, bro? Like like I even planned a birthday party and like 2 motherfuckers pulled up type shit. Like it's not one of those. You know what I mean?
How many people did you invite?
I don't even remember. Too many.
Damn.
Too many to only have 2 people there. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. But it was one of those, like, it's not you know, you don't realize a lot of things as a kid because you're just naively moving through life like it's sunshine and rainbows and shit. Yeah. Right? It's just your world. Especially if you move around a lot, I feel like that's the dog you wanted me to fucking be introduced to?
The dog is like this high. I told you. I said, are you allergic?
Well, I'm allergic to bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. I'll tell you that.
It's a nice dog.
I'm not leaving this house if that thing's not in the cage. I promise you that. I'm staying in this fucking room. I'm sleeping here, bro.
I'm not a fan of small dogs. The smaller the dogs are, I don't
Good
want
for
to be
you, bro.
around
If
them.
a thing can bite my dick at fucking like any way it wants, I'm Gucci. I am great. I'm not trying to fight somebody off who's just gonna rip the shit off.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like a knockout punch. It's like
He'll be scared of me. Like dogs,
That
dog
sounded very scared.
Bro,
You're right.
this dog is just
He's trying to
tripping.
terrify me.
He's scared.
He's like,
what's going
the
on?
black man is here. You know, fuck.
He's just like looking around, like, what's going on?
Kane told me this would never happen. I couldn't believe it. Wow.
All of a sudden, I speak dog now. I'm just barking at it, and it's like, oh, I understand. But no, as a kid, I was actually had a bad experience with dogs, so I didn't fuck with dogs until like college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chased by 3 poodles.
Poodles.
Yeah, and my buddy's like, I was chased by them, and my buddy's like, don't move, they won't do anything. I'm like, okay, I stop. They start biting like right here by my ankle area, and then it was like started bleeding. I'm like, bro, it's a horrible idea. Then I ran towards him, and I just like hid behind him, so he pushed the dogs away.
Poodles,
Yeah.
right?
3 poodles.
Right.
3 poodles. Tiny ones. That's why I don't like small dogs.
Yeah, I
But
don't
the bigger
mind.
ones-
I'm down to have a dog. I want to have a dog soon.
Bro, so are you more of a dog person or a cat
Fuck
person?
yeah, I would never get a cat, bro. I used to like having cats. I've actually adopted a few cats in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And my dad just threw them away and shit. Yeah, my parents don't believe in having animals at home, so anytime I brought a stray animal home, my father would throw it out. So
Something about your parents you told me. It's like very similar to my experience, where it's like your parents don't really see the arts or working in
the dog
comedy.
sounds like it just came down here.
Dog
I just want
is
to put that out
by
there.
theirs. Yo, Ryan, you're on dog duty. So if Milo comes in, you know what to do.
If he comes in, there's no if. There shouldn't be an if in this story.
Well, worst case scenario, man. I gotta be
The worst case scenario, I'll tell you what, I might kill that dog. No, he might kill me, bro. I'd probably jump on the stable or some shit.
Nah, dog's chilling. But you were telling me about like the African experience coming in here, and like afterwards, you're like, I want to follow my passion and like go into the arts. And then there was some resistance with your parents. Like, do you think that will go away over time?
Of course. How are you gonna fucking deny success?
This is true.
You can't deny success, bro. You can't look at the numbers and be like, these are all A's, and be like, not good.
Facts.
What are you gonna What are you gonna do when I pay off your mortgage?
Yeah.
Be like, fuck you. Like, I guess that's the way I look at it. And I feel like a lot of immigrant parents too, if they don't believe in your dream, bro, all you gotta do is really just prove it.
Yeah.
Just prove your shit, because they've never seen it. So it's almost understandable why they're coming at it from that way. But at the same time, it's unfortunate. This is your cross to bear, as somebody said to me recently, but you just got to prove it. And then at that point, I don't think if you do it the right way and you're not actually a piece of shit, man, and you're not really out here trying to hurt people, just trying to make money, and you don't care about people, then I think your immigrant parents will be quite happy and content with what you're doing with your life.
This is true.
As long as you're not homeless. Right?
Yeah. Well, is there something that you've done so far that you're like, damn, this is a cool like milestone that I've achieved that you couldn't like share with your parents because they wouldn't see it as the same way?
Damn, bro. There's like a list, I would say.
Really?
Most of the things I would say in the art industry for me is like most of those things, yeah. They came to my first comedy show though. They came to the Just for Laughs last year.
Oh, you were in Just for Laughs?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit,
in
that's sick.
Vancouver. Yeah, Ola put me on his show. Shout out Ola Dada.
Shout out Ola.
He put me. Yeah, you don't even know how to fucking say his name.
I was calling him Ole until you corrected it.
It's Ola.
But he's never
Or call him Olaf if you want.
Olaf.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's hard.
Nice. Like the snowman.
Yeah, but he put me on the show. He actually did Sirius XM like the year before, which is like this big. They have this big competition. Sirius XM. They have this big competition for top comic in Canada, I believe.
Yeah.
He got runner up, which is a fucking big deal.
Oh shit.
So then they give you all these perks, right? Because you're a big deal. And then he ended up getting his own show put on JFL. He was like, Providence, you're kind of funny. You want to go on? So I'm like, sure. Fuck yeah. And my parents came down. That was the first show. I don't think my dad laughed, but hey, you know, I did something.
That's sick.
Right?
That's sick. Is that like could people see that online right now?
I have the footage of it. I try not to post like my full clips. Like if I'm going to post stuff, it's going to be stuff that it's like more, I just came up off top on stage, or stuff that I might not really need like that. But I wouldn't want you to watch like my full sets online and then come to a show and you're still watching the same shit that you watch me post online.
I see.
That's why for me, like I'm almost finding my own footing, because I also have not seen what I'm trying to do. I have not seen it being done personally, at least out here, especially like, so we all have to carve our own path. I think with anything we want to do in Vancouver, for sure, we all have to carve our own paths, bro. Whether you want to do fucking editing, video, whatever, sound, you got to carve your own path, because a lot of motherfuckers also that did what you did, the way that they made it is by fucking everybody everybody else over and then just dipping and never looking back.
Yeah, shit's fucked.
So let's see who can do it best when they come back and shit, right?
Definitely. It's definitely like that David and Goliath story. Like I think we all resonate to that. But like that's definitely an immigrant story. When you're coming in, you're like, okay, I just gotta get some sort of success and like financial freedom. Then my parents can look at it as like, yo, this is an actual viable career. So that's like this. If somebody else, like let's say a young version of you watching a 12-year-old and he just came from Senegal and he wants to be a comedian, what advice would you give him?
Do it. I don't know.
Like, what did you need to hear something, or did you need to watch something as a young kid to be like, shit, like I should continue? Like, was there a moment where you're like, I should keep going? Like, was there something that was iconic to you?
My pride. There's no way in hell I could literally stop after I told my parents, fuck you. Like I literally said, fuck yeah, I'm gonna do this shit.
So that would be it.
Nah, I would say like my pride in general, just in period, because I already knew that one, I was gonna like, I don't think, who do you know that's a comic that's your friend? Who's like, bro, I'm a comedian and they're proud and they get bitches.
This is true.
Which is all people really give a fuck about. Like, why the fuck? A lot of you motherfuckers that want to be rappers, we already know they're not rappers.
Yeah.
So realistically, same thing with fucking comics. I feel like a lot of times, I don't know. Like I said, a lot of motherfuckers that are actually funny are not comics. So I would say like, if you want to do comedy, do it. That's the only thing I could really say to anybody. Just do whatever you like to do and whatever you want to do. As long as you're not harming other people and shit, just fucking go full dick on the table. There's no point even holding back and shit, because realistically, you might die tomorrow.
That's true.
Right?
One thing I was going to say that you brought a good point. You're saying that you have your full set, but you won't post it online. So isn't it kind of weird as comedians, or like, let's say with a musician, like a rapper would post a song over and over.
That's completely different. Because you performing that shit live, then me listening to it on the phone is completely different.
Exactly.
But that's a song. That's a song that I'm going to be singing with you. Am I going to have this fucking crowd sing the joke with me?
Yeah, this is true. But I was going to say, like, at what point do you want to say like, okay, I'm going to retire this joke and now I'm going to like,
you know,
put it online.
literally your feelings, bro. Like the only thing we're all doing is off of feelings and shit. That's why we're doing arts.
Yeah.
You know, they call us fucking gay for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, they don't, bro.
Arts kids, bro.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. You're going to change that, right? No,
bro. We're changing it.
Nah, bro. The way
we can talk about shit.
It doesn't matter. It's the truth. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's still what the fuck is being said. Just because, come on, it's the truth, bro. Like,
well, in my culture, they say you're broke. Like, if you're into arts, they don't say you're gay. They just say,
that's the
same thing. You're like, oh, I said the same thing.
I'm joking. Okay. I am joking.
The comedian's making a joke.
He is racist. I am homophobic.
Okay, nice.
I'm not shaking your fucking hand off. That was a joke, guys.
I respect you for coming to here, bro. Like, man, the thing is, like, bro, I truly appreciate you as a comic, and like the level that you take it as seriously, it's like it can be seen. Because I told you, I went to your show and I saw like you were effortlessly talking, and somebody just said something off stage, and you like freestyled off.
Was this like the one at Fortune?
That was the left side thing.
Left side one,
but that was whatever. I didn't like that one because that person was just being a bitch. But like the other one where it was like, I think it was show's called Blackout. There was just like a few comedians there, but you like were at that roast battle part with you and the other dude.
And the dude just kept yelling, bro. He's like, what do you say? He's like, that's crazy, that's crazy, that's crazy. The whole fucking show, bro. I'm like, yo, suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
No, but you know what's crazy, man? You have not, I don't think I've even seen myself on stage doing the way I'm supposed to be doing it. Like up to my standards personally. Yeah. So it's always nice when I hear like, oh no, like, you're really dope. Like I think you might make it off of like things that I personally wasn't even fully proud of like that. So it's very much appreciated, like for sure.
It's dope to see that it's effortless. Like when you talk, I don't think that you're like, it's like kind of your personality, which I always appreciate. You're more conversationalist on stage. I don't know if that's a conscious effort that you're trying to
I'm trying to go back into not making an effort when it comes to not thinking too much, I should say.
Okay.
Because I went from being conversational, which is just talking like this, to like when I was trying to find my footing, it was almost like like the thing you said about hanging around comics to be funny. I tried to even force myself to hang around more comics. This time they're like forcing to do the things that I've heard other motherfuckers do, and even telling the jokes the certain way.
Yeah.
I did not feel funny at all. And also I was going through shit in life too. My confidence was just shot, blah, blah, blah. But like, again, I just don't feel...
That's when the best shit comes out, man. That's when the best shit comes out.
Afterwards, like right now, I would say I just don't... It's like I thought I didn't give a fuck before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I really don't give a fuck even more. You know what I'm saying? And it's good times. But I don't think I'm even like as good as I should be. But hopefully I can... Not hopefully, I'm going to get better. I have no choice, right? My parents,
23 and you're
parents
dope.
are not backing me.
Like, man, you said it. Like, they can't deny success. So as long as you stay perseverant and just keep going throughout the years as you are and as you're dead. Because like Vancouver, like in my opinion, is like there's not really a comedy scene out there. There's a few that I've seen, and my thought process is when I see them, they're resonating to like just making a lot of sex jokes. That's what my experience
Bro,
was.
like I'm telling you, it's also terrifying. Like first time I did my first comedy show, bro, I forgot everything I was saying on my walk up the stage. Swear to God, bro. Swear to goodness gracious, I was terrified. Yeah. Like I just got terrified all over again because I was practicing the day before, practicing the day of. Didn't even know what I was going to do or say. First show ever. I'm 17 because I saw Kevin Hart did his first show at 18, so I wanted to beat him. 17. So the week before I turned fucking 18 or some shit, like whatever. When he started, I did it like a week before I turned that age because I'm like, I want to be better than this motherfucking shit. So I ended up fucking, while I'm walking on stage, forgot everything and I just talked the way I talk as a person. Yeah. And I'm like, these people will like me. This is great.
That's fucking
But then after that day, too many people told me that it was almost fluky. You know what I mean? Like literally, like I started getting in my own head because I'm like, there's no way I could do this. There's no way I could do this. But then now I'm realizing I could do that shit.
Exactly. If you just have like a regular conversation and people are laughing and like you're making people like at the end of the day,
hard.
Like, it's hard, but like if you take it as serious as you are and you like look at your jokes, refine them, like you were telling me, just going back and forth them. Yeah. And like I think knowing good comedy is a good place to start.
I think that's also a tough thing to find, yo. Like somebody who just knows comedy, also a sense of comedy that also I think is relatable
I think
to
you
all.
didn't bring up Eddie Murphy. That's another
I did. I brought him. I brought him. Yeah.
Okay.
I think a sense of comedy that also like is relatable to a lot of people rather than just a niche of people is fucking hard to find too. I think that's why when you do sex jokes, like for me when I did the getting a pinky in my butt joke once, that was my first time ever talking on stage, bro. People died so hard that I almost felt like I needed to do this shit
hilarious.
Every fucking time.
Where were you? Yuck Yucks?
Yeah, Yuck Yucks in Abbotsford.
Gotcha.
So then afterwards, like it's almost at a point you get stuck in trying to have motherfuckers like you so much that like you just want to keep doing that shit. But again,
doesn't that fuck with you mentally?
Yes, bro. I told you I forgot I was funny at some point. I'm a comedian, like bro. So I just have to I had to just kind of force. You have to force a lot of things when it comes to just work and repetition and shit, and just remind yourself to stop being a bitch and just be yourself. If they don't like you, man, fuck. We're back to square one anyways.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
Facts. Well, yes. Bro, I truly appreciate you coming through here. And like, it was an incredible conversation. I haven't seen you in a while, so it's a good way of catching up as well. You know? I hope we do this again sometime. Is there anything else that you want to like tell people out there they should check you out? Or like maybe let's say this is coming out in like the next 60 days. What is something that people can look forward to?
The next 60 days. Am I forgetting anything?
We can always like put a link on the show notes, but if you just want to...
If I send you, I might send you something if I remember, but like, follow African Child, 2 eyes in the first eye. That's my name on everything. Follow at Evoke Media. Follow at No Filter Media.
Nice.
Vancouver, I believe. That's on all
Where's the one
platforms
place
too.
like if someone could go there and then they can find out everything else? The one spot. Do you have like a website?
Fuck, I need to get me a website. Just go on my fucking Instagram, bro. Like,
okay. What's your? Okay, well, we'll tag your Instagram.
Tag my Instagram,
and then on your Instagram, once the show comes out, you'll all know what's up, Mr. Providence.
Hey, I was black yesterday. I'm black today. I'll be black tomorrow. So, don't act surprised.
Exactly. And with that, thank you, everyone.
Black lives motherfucking matter, man.
They matter.
Well, to me.
To all of us.
Right?
That's a wrap.
How long was that?
Fucking 2 hours?
Good times. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yes, sir.
Fuck, how'd you guys like it?
Was it good?
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate the conversation, man.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. A huge shout out to the Coffee and Banana team. It goes without saying, we can't get anything done without this amazing team. Video manager, Cole Weststeyn, audio engineer extraordinaire, Ryan Lohr, and our producer, Kunal Verma. Not to mention our wonderful sponsors for the season, and most importantly, you for listening. Visit our website at Coffee and Banana for more information about each episode, including all the promo codes that you need. I'm your host, Kane Dabir. Enjoy some coffee and banana on your road to greatness.